Had this guy since I was 6. I only just recently tied the scarf onto him. He has appeared
And
in
we're
a couple of
live.
my videos. Yeah, nice.
Yep,
So do your thing so we can go ahead.
All right, first up, welcome to another week. This is Social Justice Alchemy. Joining us at the Alchemist bench, we have Tom and Jonathan. And down below me, we have Julie. And below that, we have Jim Jam. And over on the, left, you'll see Phoenix, our first time here appearing here as an irregular regular. And over on the
Hello,
right,
all you beautiful beings.
we have a special guest, Kevin Logan. Now, Kevin Logan is a giant carnivorous rabbit who lives in the West Country of England in a burrow with 2 evil gnomes, plotting the destruction of Western civilization.
So we need
As
a
you do.
grenade, a hand grenade.
Yes,
Do we?
the holy
The
hand
holy
grenade.
one.
I forgot about the feud between Kevin and Tom and the goat.
It was so long ago.
Well,
Exactly.
I sort of forgave him. I actually bought a goat for a charity, an international charity, to give to some needy person in a country that could use it. So, yeah, he is kind of a purple dick, but I've mostly forgiven him for stealing my goat.
Did I steal a goat, or did I really just, I don't know.
Liberate it.
Yeah, I liberated the goat. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was spreading the goat wealth around.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's what a pirate would say.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, but the pirates were the ultimate freedom liberation.
Actually, yeah. And something in regards to like the reason why like Captain Andy calls himself a captain is like a pirate captain. That's one kind of way of like a actual like pseudo anarchist society in a way on a pirate ship, because like the crew all have direct democracy. If they don't like who is the captain, mutiny, and then all democratically vote for a new captain.
There's a captain though, so it's not really anarchism, is it?
Well,
it's not
anarchism
It's not
means-
anarchism because there is undoubtedly a hierarchy. They are engaging in essentially capitalism.
Well,
albeit
it
there
is
mostly pre-capitalism.
It's a
And
justified
I
hierarchy.
don't know
So.
that mutiny and murder is democracy, really.
And they don't mutiny. It was just they constantly voted. They voted on which way the ship would go and so on. They were definitely a very flawed anarchist society, what with the often trading in slaves and so on. And Lepto Satsak in the chat.
Yeah, so yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake.
And Lepto Satsak had a question for you in the chat there, Geek.
Yes, it is a Mega Man hat. It is crochet or knitted, but I did not
No,
knit
it's
it myself.
crochet, it's not knitted.
It's crocheted. I just bought it off of like thinkgeek.com. It happens also to go with my t-shirt as well, because I am Surrounding Geek, and yes, I wear my geekiness on my entire body, which is why I started wearing the leggings, because that's the only way you can get geeky things that are pants or...
Sit down, for fuck's sake.
Switch to decaf.
I have like Batman leggings on, but Batman's fashion.
All right. I hope we stop with fashion show now, because we see anything else you've got on or not on. We might not be rated G.
Are you going to run your jingle or whatever, John, or not?
Oh, I could run the jingle.
I mean,
Screw it.
Aren't we trying to be a little more professional there?
That would take so long, but yeah, I can do that. God, you're so needy.
Welcome to Social Justice Alchemy, and remember...
Fuck you!
She just wants us to be a little more... professional.
Welcome to Social Justice Alchemy. And remember, the work week is a fiction, and Monday doubly so. And come the revolution, every day will be the weekend. This is Social Justice Alchemy.
Everybody's working for the. Okay.
No, everybody's
Sorry.
twerking for the weekend.
Don't want to get this video claimed.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Everyone should use that excuse for when I start singing, because you know that like that's what they will do. But yet I sometimes can't help myself.
What?
I'm just talking.
Yeah.
Sometimes he can't help himself.
We really should stop with that Monday thing, given the show is on a Saturday.
He never.
Which is why I added the weekend part, and this is earlier in the show too, where we're still recording the podcast.
Indeed. Although I do
I
have the
know.
thing that I can add on for the podcast, so.
Oh yeah, there's that. So they'll hear it twice. Jonathan, go back to work.
So,
All right.
Kevin, do you have any last words? First words.
Yeah. Otherwise, we have a cigarette and a blindfold. here for
Julie,
you.
Mistress of the Guillotine, has plans for you.
Yeah, I was about to say that's an interesting welcome to the show. A kind of violent threat of murder. That's nice. Just hello. How is everybody?
7. 7.5.
Good.
Three and a quarter.
Okay, I have a funny short story for you to start the show. So a few months back, during some protests, Macron said that people should, quote unquote, come and get him. You know, and it happened that a few days ago he was at what's it called, a play
Theatre.
at the theater, and some journalists saw him, and he tweeted that Macron was here, and within the hour a group of protesters had come to the thing and to get him. You know. That was funny. Well, not that funny, because he called the riot police,
Of course.
and the journalist was arrested
Hmm.
for
Freedom
inciting
of
an
speech.
illegal protest.
Hmm.
But
I think they should.
That was funny because he's not that he's
Fashy?
not bragging that much when people actually come for him.
Yeah, I think that was false advertising on his part. I think he should face some kind of justice.
Well, I like the fact that the state dares to deign what is legal and illegal protest. That's a bit
Mhm.
Well,
redundant.
Well, you can't let the plebes get too out of control.
in France, you can protest as you want, but you have to give a heads up.
I declare I am protesting. I am now protesting.
Which is
You don't
interesting
have
that
to ask
the French-
permission.
the French Republic, the people that storming the Bastille should have just sort of rung up beforehand and gone, "Is it okay if we come round and
Yeah,
storm this, please? Is that okay?"
They were so shrill. I mean, why couldn't they just be
Hello,
more polite?
Lex. Hi,
Lexi.
everyone in the chat, and we're not going to say hi to everyone.
Oh, and the Skag is here.
Usually today, because we're a crowd. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah, we have
So,
14
yep.
people in here. This is kind of crazy.
Deal with it.
14. Oh God, I see
14
7.
watching.
No, 14 in the chat.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, 14
I
watching
thought.
the link.
My God, I'm seeing only single. I should see double.
Kev, we usually top at like 11.
But
Yeah.
I shared this link around to like a bunch of places that I know. So yeah. But anyway.
So
Yeah.
just to say, some people came for Macron. That was fun, and if he continues his bullshit, I think people are not going to be nice for long.
Well, on a kind of related note, letter is with him obviously never ever going to be electable ever again in France.
He doesn't
Does-
care.
Well, I know he doesn't care, but I do. Does that mean Marine Le Pen stands a real chance next time?
No.
No.
Ooh, I hope not.
No. Maybe someone else inside her party. The thing with the Le Pen family, they are aristocrats. They will never be elected.
It's France after all. You riot because you haven't been farting enough, according to
That's-
the previous. It's just Alchemy.
Yeah,
Wait,
we
wait.
riot for.
Who else? So do they go back to the more traditional parties then, like a conservative or a socialist?
Yeah,
or
I
something?
think so. I don't know because the situation is so weird. If Macron hasn't sold all our public service to BlackRock, we'll see, because that's what he's doing. That he doesn't care about being re-elected. That his aim is to privatize the whole public service in France.
Neoliberalism.
It's a nice gift to his clients.
Yep.
And
The
then,
bankers.
once his term is over, he'll retire to a cush gig doing some sort of charity work.
Yeah, in France, presidents have a retirement pension for life,
Yeah, our presidents do as well.
a big one.
Yeah, the one for the presidents is big enough to like live off of as well for
Mhm.
for at least
Well,
the average person.
For an average
Macron
person,
is
yeah.
not a macaron, Lex. Don't insult cookies.
Right, cookies are delicious.
I was listening
I
to. Go ahead.
Some English newspaper said Macron was that the French had their Thatcher with Macron, and that's pretty accurate.
Oh boy,
Okay.
that is disturbing.
You're going to have your own Tony Blair then, which is going to be only slightly better.
What about the French Boris Johnson?
Yeah,
Or the
Marine Le
French
Pen. I
Donald
already
Trump.
mentioned her.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, so is Brexit on for real then?
Yes.
You're fucked,
literally,
babes.
yes.
I'm so sorry.
For when is it this time?
The 30th
31st?
31st of January.
Oh.
Yeah, and the
Of
big
this
debate
month?
this week. Yeah, this month. Sorry, January.
Okay.
And the big debate this week has been one of the things that makes me want to head up at this delicately, which doesn't get me arrested. It makes me not want to burn the country down. The Big Ben. Or what's
Yep.
known
Yeah.
as Big Ben.
My older brother.
Everyone
Yeah.
knows Big Ben.
Yeah, technically, everyone thinks they know Big Ben. Big Ben
Well-
is actually the name of the bell.
Yeah, not the
Tower.
tower.
The tower's called, or used to be called Parliamentary Clock Tower. It's now called the Queen Elizabeth II Clock Tower.
Shut
because
up,
we love
David.
the King
Oh.
Boots.
Queen Elizabeth's penis tower.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she has
Lord.
the biggest penis in the world. Yeah, so that's currently under renovation because it's like a really old building. So it hasn't been ringing every hour or at all for like 2 years, basically. And they said to make it ring to celebrate Brexit, it would cost like £500,000, which is like what, 700,000 US dollars.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the government weren't prepared to pay it because they know it's a fucking waste of public money to do that. So they've been trying to like do a Kickstarter thing to get the money together to make Big Ben ring
really?
to celebrate Brexit. And I just think this country is shit.
Jesus.
I'm sure they could get the money out of Tommy Robinson. Here, he's got a pretty good
I don't know
Kickstarter.
because he's been sued to fuck by everybody, so I don't think he's got.
Rightly so.
Yeah, he had
Okay,
to sell his
Tommy
big house.
Robinson. I read something when he was in jail. Some inmates made Kit Kat out of shit and gave it to him, and that motherfucker actually ate it.
I don't know, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. But one story which is true is that a 60-year-old guy punched him in the face and knocked him out in the shower.
I can believe. That I can believe.
That actually happened. Yeah, he was like apparently he was acting like the big celebrity.
Apparently,
So the
he
60-year-old dude just knocked him the fuck out.
I don't know that thing with the shit Kit Kat. Apparently,
chat?
it comes from him. I don't know. That's so funny because you can actually say "eat shit" to me.
That's true, but he makes up so much nonsense. Like he claimed that when he went to prison the first time for the contempt of court thing, that people threw shit at him through his cell door. But the thing is, he was in like isolation to protect him.
Why
from
would
the
he make
evil
up
Muslims.
something like that?
Well, this is to make the Muslims
The
look
victim
like
narrative.
bad or whatever.
But
And what-
it's funny. It's not sad.
No, absolutely. But the thing is, right? They because he was in isolation. In order for the Muslims to have done that, it means they would have either had to shit in their own hand and carry it there, or go there, do a shit into their hand, and then throw it through the door. Because he wasn't next to anybody, so it wasn't like they just sort of nipped next door. It was like fucking 500 meters away from him or something. So
Yeah.
I don't know if so. Maybe there's
I
a
don't know.
Muslim
I
that
might be
can
willing
shit
to
on
do
command.
either one of
I don't know.
those to shit on Tommy Robinson. I mean, it'd be
I
worth
don't know.
it.
Maybe he likes it. He seems like he's maybe into some kinky shit. I don't know.
True. But then my poo is like really loose, so it would be kind of nastier.
Yeah, too much information.
TMI,
No,
TMI.
yeah, no
So-
one wants to know that.
We've got a theme here that I veto.
Well, there is that website like Rape My Poo. So
Mhm.
I don't
No,
want to know
Is that
that.
still around? That was like one of the first websites anyone ever showed me back in the day, before I knew what the internet even was. And someone was like, "Oh, it's ratemypoo.com," and it was just pictures of shit. What? I
yep,
thought,
it's
the
over.
internet's never going to take off. That's ridiculous. Why would
Rape-
anyone go to this thing?
Okay, if you go there
That's
right
Rebel
now,
Media now, I think.
Rate My Poo
Exactly,
is
that was-
still
yeah.
around, but you go there
Right.
now, and apparently the top image is Trump.
Okay.
Spiritually, Rate My Poo is just the precursor to what is now the news, I think.
Yeah. Oh, well, I listen to Democracy Now! For my news and
Yeah.
other places like The Intercept. But that's because I'm a leftist like that. Well, actually, I'm an
Oh, no,
anarchist.
presumably you watch my channel to get all your news content. Why
Yeah.
else would you need to go anywhere else?
I haven't caught up, actually.
All my penis-based news.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Wait, someone is.
I'm trying to figure
I
out what
don't
the message is saying.
understand that. I don't understand that comment.
Mm-hmm.
Acme Catapult. That's Roadrunner.
Wile E.
cartoon.
Coyote,
Yeah,
yeah.
I understood that. It's
Oh,
the
okay.
it's the Islamophobia bit.
Oh.
Oh, it's sarcasm. Sorry, don't mind me.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're in the plaza of the conversation, since I'm curious, are you drinking PBR, John?
Me? No, this is
Yeah.
Diet Pepsi.
Oh, okay, because it looked very much like a PBR, and I was, yeah. Well, okay, yeah, it's the red, white, and blue that fooled me. I got nostalgic for back in the days when I could drink.
No, David, that's not what the scrotum is. Do I really have to explain to you what the scrotum is?
You told us to ignore him. Why are you not doing?
Because I can't ignore him.
You're just like a YouTube mom. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yes, I am. I thought that was
you about-
established already.
Are you about to penis-splain?
Oh yes, I am. No, I'm not really. He knows.
Gonad-splain. Yeah, the penis base is the taint. The scrotum hangs off the taint. You know, sort of.
That's not
Oh my.
true either.
The scrotum is the
Madness.
skin around your fucking balls. It's
Mhm.
not the base of the penis.
So, questions about anarchism.
Yes. Please, Tom.
Well, what do people? Well, I've got a question for anarchists. What do we think of the great scrotum versus taint debate?
They're both constructed from the labia. I mean, it works. It's a thing.
Mhm. I'm indifferent either way.
You fucking fence-sitting centrist
I don't think about it.
bastard.
That's just
Oh, you're cutting off, babe.
Yeah, you're
breaking up a lot.
wow.
Hmm.
Lex is asking,
Oof.
how do
Sorry, I got-
anarchists feel about pickled eggs?
I've
I've never
I'm
had
allergic to eggs. I'm allergic to eggs, so I can't eat pickled eggs. So
Vegan,
and Jamie's vegan too. So
vegan, and hate pick. And
I don't give a shit. You Americans pickle everything, and I find that offensive. So I'm not going to
Including
comment on
many-
that.
Including many Middle East countries as well.
Ooh.
no, there's that. I mean, once there's oil there, we apparently strike it.
Yeah, except Iran is not defenseless, so
Yeah, so
they
that's
strike back.
exactly, and they did. And it's just like I also don't like pickle anything either. I don't like pickles that are like banana peppers. It's just like not my thing. I'll eat them if they happen to be on there, but it's just like not my favorite.
Yeah, no, but for real, we are trying to do something here. Do you have questions, Kevin, about anarchism? Any relevant question?
Well, I actually do, because anarchism is one of these things that I'd like to be able to do, but it seems to me like it takes more faith in humanity to be an anarchist than I possess. So,
Well, yeah, that essentially is part of it.
It requires an investment in Nazi punching, definitely.
Yeah.
That.
well, no,
Let
that's
him
fine.
ask
I'm
his
down.
question.
I'm okay with that, but how would anarchism work considering that people are garbage?
People are garbage. Well, in my opinion, in the opinion of a lot of anarchists, people are garbage because of capitalism, basically.
Mhm.
So if you remove the fabricated scarcity, people are not greedy anymore. When you miss nothing, you know what I mean? Greed is something that is not inherent to humanity. A lot of people think that, but when you see like indigenous tribes, even today, who live free from capitalism, greed is not really a thing there.
It's a fair point.
I mean,
I have one question for you, Kevin.
I didn't realize this was the thing.
Fight.
If you don't feel that people at large can be trusted, then why do you feel that people should be given power and authority over like you?
that's always been my retort question to that, is because like it's always seemed that like liberals don't trust other people, which is why they don't have faith in like socialism or anarchism, yet they seem to trust
firstly,
anyway, you go ahead.
Well, no. Firstly, I'm not a liberal.
True.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is not.
Yeah, and I think that socialism has structures within it which curtail and are able to mitigate some of the negative effects of people being shitty, which I think some people just are.
Can, but yeah, some people are, but you don't have to live with them. That's called freedom of association.
Yeah, freedom.
You can go fuck off and die in a cave for all we care. Well, I care.
No, well,
anyway.
absolutely, but it's not so much that they can fuck off and die. It's I don't necessarily think that because someone isn't perfect that they need to be ostracized in that way, but also that they're numerous enough where they could potentially be a threat to what would be a reasonably defenseless anarchist community.
But that's the thing. Defenseless is not on the menu.
So what would be the defense then?
Malicious, like in
malicious, yes.
It's like in Rojava that currently as well. But the problem is with like Catalonia in 1939 was just never got any support either from like the state socialists in like Spain or from like any international aid from anywhere else, because like the USSR was like delivering a lot of aid to the state socialist communist parties of Spain to defeat Franco. But
yeah, Kevin has a point in the sense that anarchism requires people to make an effort to work for it.
Whereas fascists are willing to force people to do shit.
Yeah.
that's sort of my worry with it. Like I say, I think in
It is a
theory,
very
it's
valid concern, I think.
perfect.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a
and so, for
concern
instance, the
I
example you
have
use in
too.
oh, go on, sorry.
No, I just was 1, 2, 3. I was saying that it's a concern I have too. That I don't think I will see an anarchist society in my lifetime. It's not something
Sorry.
that's going to happen. But
Yeah, and
just because I don't think it's going to happen in my lifetime doesn't mean I won't fight for what I think is right.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I
So,
sort of feel the same way about
Yeah.
a vaguely statist socialist society that I would see as more likely. But I so don't see it happening. But you fight towards it so that future generations can
like
hopefully
when
get
you
there.
say statist socialists, do you have an example of what that would be?
No, because I don't actually think there's been one that I could realistically support that I know of anyway.
Okay.
Or certainly not one that's lived long enough. Like you said, I think the
Even one
example
that's
of
not lived long.
well, for instance, the example that was used of Catalonia.
Oh,
think is
Catalonia
nice,
was
but that was
anarchist, Kevin.
well. I don't think you can really say it completely was. I mean, they had like
No.
political concentration camps and things for enemies of the state. In essence, I don't think you could say it was anarchist. It was building towards something in that way, but I don't think you could say it was anarchist.
Yeah,
No,
but
I say
within
it is
itself, it didn't have hierarchies.
Yeah, 75% of like all of like the production and all of the factories were like all the
It
farms
was a
were
very horizontal system, which is
Yeah.
Right,
And remember,
but like I say, I think-
anarchism doesn't mean no hierarchies and no prisons. It just means everyone's in.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it did mean no prisons. I thought that was the point, wasn't it?
well, we don't like prisons, to be honest, but we don't
Right.
like
Mhm.
the current system.
Yeah.
Rather, it's complicated because a lot of people have opinions on the matter, and they're all
Yeah.
valid.
Mhm.
Yeah, the issue with anarchism is that it's something we have to build together, so we don't have definite answers to questions. Well,
Mhm.
we have for certain topics, but prisons isn't one of them.
No, that's fine. I'm not expecting anyone to have complete answers. But
Well,
like
and
I say,
that's
they're just concerns I have really.
well, yeah.
Having mentioned earlier that I think some random geek said it, wasn't it, that the anarchists failed in Catalonia because they didn't receive aid.
Support.
Right? So
Mhm.
I think that's true.
Well, they failed because Stalin betrayed them, actually, but
Yeah.
Well, yes, yeah, absolutely.
Imagine
But
how much
which
more
is
socialist.
which is why Orwell became an anarchist after
yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
after the war in Spain. So
No, absolutely. But the point I was going to go on to make is that if you're having to rely on people like either Stalin or Churchill actually no, he wasn't in power, was he? Whoever was Chamberlain in Britain or Roosevelt in America, that doesn't seem like a healthy or productive way of going forward with anything.
well, now we can say that because we
Mm.
have the historical perspective, but at the time they were the ones who defeated the Nazis. They should have. I mean, it wasn't naive to think they were trustworthy. Well,
No,
yes, it
I'm not
was.
for a sec. I'm not shitting on them at all. I mean,
No, I know
when
you aren't.
when I go to London, I always make a trip to the there's a statue in memory of the international brigades, the people that served, the people of Catalonia.
Fuck off,
It's just behind.
David. We're
just-
trying to be serious.
It's just behind the big wheel, the London Eye. So it's literally like literally a stone's throw from the London Eye. And it was there obviously long before the London Eye. So I have enormous respect and love for those people. But the point is, we can now see that they were a little naive in expecting that those powers would do anything positively when they had no.
Oh no, I
interest in
agree
doing
with
so.
you on that point, but I don't think at
So
the
how would
time
but if
they
that-
had the perspective to know that.
No, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I've got no contention there. But the point is,
Now we know
if
better.
that
But
were to come to pass now, how could it be done differently? Because you'd still need that outside help, wouldn't you?
okay, David says he's serious, but so he
I,
says part of the
Mm.
problem is labels. Just that
Shoot.
sentence makes me want to punch you in the fucking face. Labels is just word to define things. I think the problem is not defining things, and we are defining things right now. So
you'd say you're an anti-definitionist.
no,
See what I
I'm
did? I
not.
put a label.
So to respond to Kevin's statement, to your question, that is true regardless of whether you are an anarchist society or a fascist society or a state socialist society or a capitalist society. You need the people who aren't part of your society and people who hold power in neighboring regions to support the existence of your community, of your society, or they will crush you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You also need the U.S. not to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Imagine how much more socialist the world would be without the U.S.
Oh, throughout the whole history, Catalonia, the Guatemala,
Mhm.
Cuba, Venezuela, Chile, Bolivia. Now, in recent time, it's kind of like either they get sanctioned because they were socialists, or it's like, oh wait, no, let's fund a coup so that I can take down that democratically elected.
Excuse me, Jonathan. Just to be clear to our watchers, Kevin isn't really pro-capitalism.
True.
No,
yeah.
We
No,
wouldn't.
absolutely. I criticise any socialist experiment here.
We are
I'm
not
doing-
inviting pro-capitalists here. That
Yes.
No, absolutely.
no,
I'm not.
I'm not saying
Except
that to. Shut up. It's a waste of time to talk to them. It's not a dialogue that is. It's not the time to have that dialogue. So, any guests we're going to have here, they are already on the left, and being on the left means they realize that capitalism is.
I don't know. I think we
Not
could have a
yet.
really interesting conversation with a couple of ANCAPs.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted, can I just say on a serious note, I'm not. Yeah, when I criticise either the socialist experiment in Catalonia or anywhere else for that matter, I'm not doing so from the perspective that capitalism is the null hypothesis. I'm doing it from the perspective of how can we learn from that to get to a situation where capitalism is no longer in existence.
Yeah. I think it's the. How do you. I'm having a language problem tonight, so you will excuse me.
I think French is a language problem, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, I agree.
See what I did?
No, but you won't hear me protest against that. How do you reconcile? I forgot what I I found my word, but I forgot what I was going to ask. Anyways, go on.
Well, one thing is, as was like anarchists, we don't have a blueprint for like how to like set up a society. That should be decided amongst the people in this region, and that region, because like what worked for Catalonia up until it didn't work for Catalonia, what worked for northern Syria, the Kurdistan of Rojava, worked for Rojava until Trump pulled out, and like I hope they're okay. Trump. So what works in Pacific Northwest, it should people in the Pacific Northwest should figure out what works and what doesn't work. And like, if it's like a bunch of meetings, maybe, or it's like it's all done online through forums or Discord, that could work. Or it's
What's Pacific Northwest?
Washington, Oregon, British
Oh,
Columbia.
your fucking country. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pacific Northwest of my fucking country, because I am American and I always think of like in American terms. Pacific Northwest of the world, where of America, right? Okay.
No,
Yeah,
Chile.
Well,
The Pacific
it's the
Northwest
Pacific
of Chile.
Northwest.
The problem with the Pacific Northwest of the U.S. of A. And I don't know if BC so much, but certainly the U.S. of A. There is a shitload of gun nuts that would love to have that conversation with you about the style of government and would go in a very different direction.
That's why
So-
anarchists are not pro-gun control per se.
Yeah, I was gonna say
But-
all of my comrades in the Pacific Northwest own guns. So.
Well, I'm not talking about. I guess I should be more careful. The right wing gun nuts that are the pro-Trump take over bird sanctuary kind of folks.
Oh, absolutely. I knew exactly who you meant. I'm
Yeah.
just letting you know that the leftists out here do. As
Oh
well.
yeah, I got a gun. I consider getting another one. I have no problem with weapons that way. It's the worship of it and the idea to use it against people around you who differ from you politically without need.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the fetishization of guns rights has held back America enormously.
Oh yeah.
The NRA is the only activist group that has half an amendment above their door.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think there might be some religious groups that have part of the First Amendment as well.
Yep.
Yeah, there's that.
What's the First Amendment? Is that the
The
freedom
right
of
to-
press?
Freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of religion.
Yeah,
Freedom to like organize as well. I think freedom.
freedom of
Association.
assembly.
Yeah.
Assembly association. Yeah.
Oh, they're all in the same thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and sometimes not all of them are defended equally, of course.
Yeah, the freedom of the press isn't really a priority in your country, is it?
Nope.
Not now at the moment, anyway.
Yeah.
Some would argue, even like with Obama, that like he wasn't as forthcoming with things, but we have the Freedom of Information Act, but the people seem to can ignore that request or some of those requests. So yeah.
Someone says, just came to ask what I should get for takeaway, to be honest. Pizza. Always pizza, babe. Always.
Yes, pizza. There's no such.
Why is it even a question? Pizza, for fuck's
With banana
sake.
and pineapples.
Oh,
Shut
My,
up, John.
Banana. Duh. You're savage.
My suggestion is always to get tacos, but I mean
I'm with Jamie.
Why,
Tacos.
why not both?
taco
A
pizza.
pizza
Taco
taco.
pizza.
the Papa Murphy's does actually sometimes offer the taco pizza.
Taco Bell has a taco pizza now.
No,
That's
see,
true.
see, I'm thinking like you get pizza and you get tacos. You just get them both, and you might be you might be violently sick to your stomach afterwards. But hey,
Yeah,
that
I
will
was
be
going to
tacos.
say I
Stomach.
have a weight problem these days since I stopped smoking. So,
Oh no, what a nightmare! I'm sorry. That's just.
Well, when you have arthritis, it's not fun.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be insensitive.
And it's
It's,
okay.
It's like
I know fat phobia is something we internalize too. So
Hmm.
oh yeah, it's just
you're good,
it's-
but it's not an appearance issue that I have. It's I'm
Pain.
twice as much in pain that I was before. So
Oh, that
Good
reminds
thing.
me. Got to put the charity links into the live chat.
Give me
Philosophy Wolf. You're endangering my life because you engendered a conversation that is going. I don't have any tacos. I don't have any pizza in the house. There's a winter storm out, and I'm 10 miles away from the nearest grocery store.
and now he's craving something.
And now I have to decide whether to put my life in danger to get pizza and tacos.
He said, they say thanks for the suggestions. Gonna go with the Indian.
Also,
You
can we
need
just,
an
can we
Indian?
just go back? There's a thing called taco pizzas.
Yes, they are.
You,
Yes.
you people are fucking savages.
I mean,
Jesus.
You can
We're
put anything
geniuses.
on a pizza.
You put anything on a taco. It's
And
perfect.
you
You can
put
put
anything
anything
in
on
a
a pizza and
taco. Yeah.
Americans will eat it.
Yes, you can
You
put
make a
anything
pizza on a taco, you fold it in half, taco pizza.
Yes, you can eat
Isn't
pizza.
that just
on
a
taco.
that's just a calzone?
Yes.
Yes.
Kevin.
But
is
is it a
right.
sandwich?
That's an
No,
important
but Kevin, Americans think their pizza are the real pizza, and it's an insult to all
We
Italians
invented
in
pizza.
the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
American
Italians just had
invented
this
cheese
open
that you can
face
spray
sandwich
from a
nonsense. We made a pizza.
No, Americans invented fucking craft cheese that you can spray on with a can.
You're going to end
Cheese
up
whiz.
You're
with
welcome.
with
And you're welcome to the rest of the world. Jesus, what else could you
You're
want?
going to end up with a horse's head in your bed, babes.
Lexi has a correction for us. It isn't called taco pizza at Taco Bell. It's called Mexican pizza.
It's almost
Well,
certainly
Taco
high
Bell
racist,
doesn't
I
define
imagine.
pizza or tacos. So
Well, there's also pizza that is made with noodles.
But I did say that they had taco pizza at Taco Bell, so that is
okay.
clearly
Right.
false.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. This
David
is my
wants me to eat my
SJW
hat.
nonsense that I'm spewing.
Fake
Um,
news.
I can't help
No,
but
David.
notice that you are way more passionate about the food nonsense than about questions to anarchists, and I can't lie, it makes me sad.
But do you know of this kind of show that we have where we
No, you make me sad. Shame on you.
I held my head in shame.
Good.
Where's my shame hat? I don't have a shame hat. I don't have like that kind of hat.
I don't care. I don't want you to put it on a shame hat, Jonathan.
Nacho pizza? I don't know if there's been a nacho pizza, but yeah, there's
No,
Okay,
that's
can
a
you
narco
stop
pizza.
with the fucking heresy now? I'm half Italian. I'm really offended.
Okay, pineapple on pizza. That's the most important question for someone with authority.
Go fuck yourself.
I'll take that as an answer.
What about eggplant tacos?
What about potatoes on pizza?
Oh fuck! If we're gonna to eggplant tacos, that's just a euphemism. That's disgusting.
Is it?
Eggplant means penis, taco means vagina.
And I see somebody's icon.
How
is
in
a
the fucking world
eggplant.
does a taco means vagina?
It's a pocket. It's folded. It's warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what a vagina is. A vagina is a hole that leads to the uterus.
Yeah.
Okay,
Here's
so
the-
eggplant calzone. Okay, eggplant burrito.
Yeah, okay. It works with burrito.
Fucking
Or
hell,
you
this
can say a
conversation's
vulva
weird.
because that's what you mean, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Rich people on pizza is the best, but rich people still has a problem with food poisoning and junk
No,
food.
yeah, don't eat rich people. It's not healthy.
We eat in them and play polo with the heads.
Mm-hmm.
No, soccer,
yeah.
soccer. Polo is
Yeah,
much
when I
more
was
of a
with-
sport.
Yeah, when I was on with another group of delightful leftists, we came up with the answer to Brazil's problems would be to cut off Bolsonaro's head and then play football with it, and we came up with Football Bolsonaro as the name for that.
Oh my god.
A football scenario is okay.
The puns are getting worse.
Yeah.
This show really went downhill
We
in
don't-
2020.
We don't pun shame on social justice alchemy.
Does anyone
Speak
in
for
the
yourself,
chat has
Jonathan.
an
I'm an
actual
anarchist.
questions about anarchism, or are we?
Okay, let's go ahead and
on to
segue
play
into
a
Fishy
Fishy
Fash
Fashy.
so that it will make it into the podcast. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the game.
Oh, yes. A new game. Rather straightforward. I went through and I looked on that most valuable of resources, Twitter, and found a number
boy.
of people undergoing freakouts, minor or major, mostly minor. And the idea is it's the Fishy Fashy freakout, because 2 of these stories will be real. One of them will be altered to be being fake. Okay, so they're all based on real stories, but one of them has been faked.
Ah.
All right. So while we're doing this, I'm going to drop the blurbs in the chat so that you can read them, and then we're going to go through one by one, and you'll decide, each of you, which one you think is real, or which 2 you think are real, which one you think is the fake. Okay, so I'll send these to everyone. So the first up, you might remember a lovely young woman named Amy Therese. Well, in response to a now largely invisible tweet from at Toms_Spectre, calling for Liz Warren to drop out of the race, or possibly high school, all he says is drop out, Amy Therese suggested something a little bit more physical. As a result, she has been suspended from Twitter, and the Nosballs are claiming it's a liberal media conspiracy.
Okay.
And story number 2. A University of Washington educator wrote a story on Quillette, talking about why women are bad at coding, and why you don't find many women in computer programming. That brought him a measure of fame when it came to the attention of one Jordan Peterson. After a lot of SJW outrage on campus, he is now losing his job and writing another article about it on Quillette.
I really hope it's true.
And story number 3. Famed, independent, and highly integrous, honest and awesome dude, Andy Ngo, has rushed to report that Muslims are lighting fires in the west of Sydney. In fact, one of them had the unmitigated gall to laugh as he walked out of court.
Kevin, you're the guest.
Yes, guest gets to go first.
You go
Which
first.
one's for? I can believe the Andy Ngo because I mean, frankly, if you'd said he was from the fucking moon or some shit.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
believe
that
it.
one is so a real one.
Yeah, he's mental. Second, the second one was the guy getting sacked and then writing for Quillette. I'll go with the second one being fake.
Okay. All right.
Which
so
one you think is fake?
the University of Washington.
Yeah.
The Jordan Peterson one.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
He got noticed by Jordan Peterson. It's not Jordan Peterson
Yeah.
himself.
No, but
okay.
the one with Jordan Peterson in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So now let's just go around the table. Tom, what do you think?
I think it's not worth it to risk my life on the roads today. I'm sorry. Were you doing something? I wasn't paying attention. I'm thinking it's probably the first one because I'm pretty sure the last two
me,
are.
After that little funny segment, philosophical wolf, I will talk about anarcho-primitivism, if I may. I have strong opinions.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry.
I think probably the first one. I didn't catch all of it, but I think I feel pretty good about the middle two being right, middle and last one being right.
Okay, so Tom votes for the Amy Therese story. All right, Phoenix, you with us?
Yep.
All right, you have a strong opinion about one of these 3 being fake?
Up. Gonna be bold here and say they're all fake. Good question.
Oh.
He would do it too.
Yes, that is something I would do, but I didn't.
Well, he says that now, but he'll switch around later.
This is a new game.
Okay. All right, I guess we'll move on to Jonathan. What do you think?
I would. The thing is, like, I hope that the second one is fake because, like, imagining the educator at like University of Washington is like that's in Seattle, that's near my neck of the woods, would be fake. However, they also invited Milo Yiannopoulos to the UW as well, and that caused protests outside and that incident as well. A Milo Yiannopoulos fan shot a Milo Yiannopoulos like hater, and so I would, if I have a coin, I would flip it because, like, I think I will say that the first one is probably fake, but I would hope that like the second one is fake too. But knowing like this next one, it is probably real. So, and Andy No can say whatever he wants, but that's probably a real story as well.
All right, so we have 2 votes for number 1, 2 votes for number 2, and Phoenix voting for all 3. Julie, what do you think?
The middle one is fake.
Okay, and Jamie.
I am gonna say the Amy Therese one is fake, because the University of Washington, their engineering track is notoriously full of conservatives, and Andy Ngo is Andy Ngo, so
That one is true. That one is definitely true.
Okay, so you all agree that number 3, the one involving Andy Ngo and the Muslims, is true. And I got to tell you that one is true. Andy Ngo, yep, retweeted.
It's that motherfucker.
So the story is that a couple of teenagers were setting off fireworks. That's it. That's all that was happening. It was late in the afternoon. They were setting off some fireworks at a public park, and the grass caught on fire. Andy linked to an article by the Daily Telegraph, which is an Australian newspaper. And as far as I can tell, it has some controversies under its belt regarding the fact that they hate queer folks. And they have all the journalistic integrity of Andy Ngo, except
You'll be surprised to hear
Which
that's
means
owned by
none.
Rupert Murdoch, the same guy who owns-
Yeah, I didn't see that it was owned by Rupert Murdoch, but it wouldn't surprise me.
If it's an Australian or British newspaper, it's probably
Australian.
owned by Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah. So as for the Muslims, well, they're 18-year-old kids. That's probably why the Telegraph, Australia's least trusted newspaper, by the way, was able to print their names and pictures. Okay. So, yeah. So, I mean, the fact is they're a couple of dumbass kids. They've been charged with a couple of crimes. They'll be in court sometime next week. So, fuck Andy Ngo. Somebody should throw a milkshake at him.
Well, they've
with
been
cement in it.
the right wing, especially in Australia, but around the world, have been working overtime to blame people purposefully setting the fires rather than admit that climate change is a real problem.
Yeah. But the fact that they were Muslim
just too fucking
kids.
hot in that stupid country. I mean, I follow some people on YouTube that are from Australia, and they're like the less political people in the world. They're Sims players. I mean, and they are saying it's way too hot, and the explanation is simple. It's too hot. The country is too too dry. It's not raining in the fucking rainforest. Of course, it's going to be more bushfires than.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the Muslims lighting the country on fire. All right.
Always got to blame the Muslims, don't you?
So you're all evenly divided between story 1 and story 2. So let's look at story 2. This one is true. Stuart Regis, who looks like the divorced dad who doesn't have a kid at this soccer game, has been a lecturer at the University of Washington since 2005. And according to him, they brought him in to restructure the intro coding classes. And also according to him, he has been teaching those same classes at that school ever since. So for 15 years. Okay, so I teach intro to college classes. I can tell you there's not really a lot to it. Yeah, researchers are making strides in pedagogy, but the fact is the material isn't changing. It's all about communication. He brags about how it's a 4,500 student program. But yeah, it's the first 2 semesters of a popular program at a state school. No shit, it's going to have a lot of students.
Yeah.
But that's why, when he published an article disparaging women on a far-right blog dedicated to the race science of phrenology, it caught the eye of the far right-wing piece of shit known as Jordan Peterson, the man who talks about the innate racial intelligence of Asians and Ashkenazi Jews and is shocked to learn that there are neo-Nazis among his fans.
Oh God, I almost made a depression joke about him. I'm ashamed.
So Regis attracted some widespread attention because of that. It got picked up by the Seattle Times.
Some widespread.
Weren't you the one complaining about? No, that was Jamie complaining about the puns. Okay.
She has literally has complained about the puns previously in the past shows, but it's this show that Jamie complained about the puns. What are you about to say, Phoenix?
I was gonna say sounds about white. With apologies to all of you lovely people.
I'm sorry, Phoenix. I stole your.
Hashtag not all white people.
Yes, all white people.
Yes,
hashtag yes, all white people.
Sounds about white.
So after it got picked up by the Seattle Times, the grad student union filed a grievance, and a faculty review looked into him, made a few gentle suggestions. They asked him to relax his standards on coding style. They asked him to include group projects, to train TAs for inclusion and bias, and to get rid of things like, for example, a lecture on body mass index in the middle of his class, and to stop spending things. Yeah. He had.
It's not even something that's
using coding to calculate. Yeah, that's one of the things. But they asked him to stop spending quite so much time trying to prove some students had been cheating.
This professor, I'm sorry to interrupt, but this professor sounds just like Peter Boghossian. At least when you're teaching philosophy, you have some sort of wiggle room to talk about current events, and then Peter Boghossian can talk about how the only feminist he likes is like Christina Hoff Sommers. Then, yes,
well, and the thing is, this guy probably never had sex with any of the students.
Portland State University, yeah, and Peter Boghossian is the one who did the fake paper trying to prove that social sciences is all fake science because look, they'll publish anything. Look, they published my penis as a conceptual object.
Conceptual hoax.
Conceptual hoax. Except
the conceptual penis. There we go.
The conceptual penis. Yes, he tried to get to, but he only got journals that is a pay-to-play journal that will print anything if you paid it enough to get the conceptual hoax penis out there.
So in addition to those new recommendations, they also recommended that he start following guidelines that the school had already laid down regarding cultural and gender inclusivity and the like.
This is Seattle, so of course they would have that.
This is at the University of Washington, in fact.
Yes.
So he refused. Because he thinks that the program assumes that students are fragile, and he wants his students to become anti-fragile. His word, anti-fragile. So, as a result, instead of the 3-year reappointment he thinks is his due, he only got a 1-year probationary appointment. So this fragile sack of shit, a pile of melted butter and a cheap button-down shirt.
I was about to say, is he really in any position to be judging others as fragile?
Yeah, that's what's good. But it's always that.
It's always projection.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people who are always yelling that everyone is a snowflake. Have you seen how thin-skinned they are? They lose their shit about people having pronouns, for fuck's sake.
So he was...
The pronouns and bio thing, like that's a win.
Yeah. And all of this is after he went into his faculty review thing and said he wanted to focus on heterodox teaching in his process. Just be aware, heterodox as opposed to orthodox, meaning he wanted to be an asshole in class. So that is this story. So fuck this guy, and I can't wait for his daughter to tell him she wants her stepdad to walk her down the aisle. All right.
To marry a Muslim.
So what is fake in the first one?
So the fake story, Amy Therese. So Tom Spector, around the same time, he unironically retweeted a Photoshop picture from Starship Troopers with Bernie Sanders as the fascist scientist, played by NPH, and Liz Warren as the captive communist brain bug in the legend She's Afraid, referring to stories about Warren campaign trying to de-escalate the story about Bernie saying women can't win this past week. He posted at @eWarren dropout. Yeah, that's all he said with a random typo. So he's got 31 likes and 1 reply. That reply,
I don't know who this guy is, but
he's just some.
What are you doing, Luke?
Anyways.
It's just
Who
some
the
random
fuck's
guy.
still doing Starship Trooper memes?
Mm-hmm.
What?
And they're putting Bernie in as the fascist. Just
right.
And Warren in as the communist bug.
I mean,
The anti-fascists are the real fascists.
no, but you know,
of course.
Yeah, but Amy Therese is the right wing of the left wing, or the left wing of the, she puts the socialism in
she's a
National
nice
Socialism.
ball. She's a piece of shit.
No,
So anyway, the one reply that this tweet got is now invisible because this is the tweet that got Amy Therese suspended from Twitter.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
He said Elizabeth Warren just drop out. She said at Tom Spector at E Warren she needs to be beaten.
Yikes.
Okay, so Amy Therese is a piece of shit, but she probably didn't mean that a sitting U.S. senator should be physically assaulted.
Exactly.
She probably very likely meant that she should be, beaten in the election.
In the primary, yeah.
Nevertheless,
Probably.
Twitter did suspend her, and the shithead leftists are all over it. # free Amy. So, meanwhile, other people are happier.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I should comment on that because I got suspended from Twitter for a similar reason.
Yep.
Not about a politician, but about Undoomed.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm going to write down what I want to say to you.
So other people are happier about this. So at Do Not Eat One, R.I.P. Amy Therese died from crashing her car into a painting of a tunnel on a wall that has class reductionism painted on the keystone. At Hector E. Alcala said, left unity is everyone coming together, even if just for a moment, to celebrate that Amy Therese has been banished from the hell site. And to your point, Phoenix, Comrade Stars said, so at Amy Therese got suspended, but something tells me she will probably be back, but very pissed. In all seriousness, yes, Twitter will use bad faith interpretations of phrases in the English language that have their origins in violence to ban people. Be careful.
Yeah. It's just like I wrote a whole piece on Medium about this, like Twitter's double standards.
Yeah.
Like I've said this elsewhere, but like I said, I get the feeling Jack Dorsey's gonna be one of those parents who tells his daughter, "Oh, that boy hits you and pulls your hair because he likes you."
Guaranteed.
Instead of a more practical solution, like if that boy touches you again, punch him in his jaw.
Yes. Yeah.
That reminds me of a story that did happen. Like a kid was snapping a girl's bra in class, grabbing the back and pulling it and snapping it.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually, she turned around and punched him. And, of course, she got in trouble. They called her mom in. And the mom said, wait, so this boy was sexually harassing her and assaulting her, and now you're punishing her for defending herself when the teacher wouldn't do it? She complained to the teacher, and the teacher didn't stop it? So you're saying I should sue you. That's what's going to happen now.
Oh, mom.
And the school was like, "Oh shit, oh shit, yeah." And they fucked down
more moms, more parents in general need to be like that. Be like, it's like,
okay.
Right.
So philosophical wolf.
Yes.
Anarcho-primitivism.
Fuck them.
Yeah, but I'm going to be succinct, but not that much, not that succinct. But basically, anarcho-primitivism is ableism and eugenics as a political philosophy.
Yeah.
For it to work, 2/3 of humanity would have to die. And
I think more than that.
Well, it has been actually talked about, and 2/3 is the estimation. So, anyways, who cares? A lot. And
well, it depends on
as they are anti-civilization and concrete and massively produced meds, who is going to die. It's the cripples and the mentally ill and the trans folks, because if they don't have access to hormones, they are more vulnerable to suicide. And primitivism is not anarchist because it's inherently ableist, and ableism is a hierarchy.
Right.
That has no justification. You can't no justification to it.
Mhm.
And that's something that David Skegg said also, or asked in the chat earlier in the question of like how to do anarchism, which may have been a joke answer, but I answered seriously is like you have no unjustifiable hierarchy. That's like how you do anarchism. And so which is the question, well, what is the unjustifiable hierarchy? And I think it's just like it's the example of a justifiable hierarchy I always point to is expertise. So I know nothing about coding, but so I will be an apprentice.
Yeah, but that's authority, not hierarchy.
Right, exactly.
The thing is, it's not on us to prove what is justifiable and what is not justifiable. If you want to introduce a hierarchy in a system, you have to justify it.
Yeah.
If you fail to do it, fuck it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yeah, that's why I don't like.
Yes, Wolf. I would not survive either.
Yeah, it's like I am. Part of me. That's why I never will agree with like a permanentist, because like I'm sorry. I love my video games. I love my computers. I love this technology and stuff. But the other side of it is like, but the technology and the medicines and all these things benefit so many people. We got to keep that around, and we got to distribute it much more fairly, much more evenly to everyone that needs it.
The problem is capitalism. It's not industry. The waste.
Exactly.
The waste that exists is the issue, not what we...
And the negative externalities.
Yeah, not the technology itself. It's completely stupid.
Exactly.
It's like, it's the same issue than when people say, want you to not have plastic straws.
Yeah, they do that in Seattle. We have now the paper straws, and it's just, they still have the plastic lids. They still have the plastic lids.
Yeah, the on my campus, every like place in the student union that sells food has the paper straws.
Hello, Marty.
Turn to sludge in your mouth, and it's really gross.
No, but that's not even the point. 40% of the pollutions of the oceans is due to fishing boats. Why don't we deal with that and not fuck over people who need straws over 0.001% of the pollution?
Yeah,
sorry, Kevin, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, in terms of primitivism, the life expectancy would go through the floor as well. So
yes,
just from a self perspective, you're going to live till 40 at best.
No, because they count on the fact that the one who will survive will be relatively healthy, and they are not against meds. They are against massively produced meds. So they will have access to meds because they don't need it to survive, actually, except in some cases that are pretty exceptional. Because
what about dentistry? Will there be bespoke dentistry?
No, but I'm not trying to.
I mean, no, I'm just saying.
It's just social Darwinism taken to the.
Pretty much.
I'll be fine. I've got mine.
Yes, and add to that, because a lot are saying, no, it's not. We care about disabled folks, mutual aid, and blah blah blah. But even that is bullshit, because mutual aid is fine and all, but what we want is autonomy.
Okay,
I'll just say that. Sorry, Tom. What?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt.
You can interrupt, babe.
I can? Oh, thank you. I have a question. How primitive are we talking about here?
Oh, they are talking about paleontology.
Hunter-gatherers.
Well, yeah, and that actually, yes, there is an issue with ableism there, but that gets to an issue. If you're talking about hierarchy, and the hierarchy of needs, at least, or value, there is a hierarchy of ability that you need to survive as a small group. that you rest the whole group if a couple of you aren't able to contribute, or if it takes up too much of the resources. So I think that may be what you're talking about when you're talking about the ableism. But I'm also hearing people talk
What
about.
I'm talking about is the fact that they are willing to let disabled and sick people die, basically. And I was going to go to it after, but go on.
No, I just have a background in archaeology and a little bit in prehistory, or moderate amount in prehistory. And I've spent at least a summer working or being in a situation where a lot of I lived out in the woods, and a lot of the stuff that I ate and used came from the environment. And you can have people who are in need of help, You can have people with less able bodies.
You can say disabled, but you are even allowed to say cripples if you want.
No.
I don't know. Old white guy living out in the woods with guns.
Yeah. You really don't want to give me too much of that power. But there are, for instance, Neanderthal remains there's at least one, more than one actually, Neanderthal skeleton of an old person, probably a man, who had severe arthritis, who had lost, I think, most of his lower arm. And
I saw that. It was proof that there was mutual aid.
Right. So I mean, there is that. The societies are wealthy enough. Hunter-gatherer societies are actually in reasonable environments are pretty healthy. But
the point isn't that hunter-gatherer societies are bad. The point is
there are a lot of people who cannot live without medicine, even with help from their friends and family.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And
that's where I was wondering, because there are some other.
No, because they are anti-civilization, anti-industrialization. They're a bunch of motherfuckers, basically, and some of them even straight up say that society would be better off if disabled folks would die off.
Yeah.
Lord.
That's just outright fascism, then.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's social Darwinism. That has a name.
Does that is there any element of horticulture or agriculture in that, or is it pure hunting and gathering?
No, agriculture is evil.
Even horticulture.
It's kind of Jewy. It's really Jewy. The Jews gathered sheep, and they talk about planting crops and all.
I don't think they have an issue with Jews. I think they have an issue with comprehension and.
Yeah.
And
sorry, I was not expecting it to be.
Also, we are 7 billions. We are not going to be 7 billion hunter-gatherers.
No, I'm pretty sure that the actual population of that the Earth could support of hunting and gathering is in the tens to maybe 100 or 200 million.
Yeah.
It's really not, and that's where I was saying the 2/3 of the population would have to die. It'd be more than that. It'd be almost. It'd be everybody.
Yeah.
To a first approximation, it would be everybody.
No, but also we don't have the muscle mass of people in the Neanderthal era. We have grown weak with vaccines and stuff like that. Our immune system. Imagine without vaccines, how those people are nuts. They are sad motherfuckers, and
kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I really don't like them. Even I hate them even more than anarcho-capitalism
Yeah.
bullshit.
Well, at least
I hate-
anarcho-capitalism's kind of funny. Like,
Yeah, it's not a
genuinely-
thing. It's
It's not a good thing in two ways. I already explained this last week. You can't be capitalism is its own unjustifiable hierarchy, and you can't be for you can't be against unjustifiable hierarchies and be for it.
some fucker in my government said that protesters were just red and black fascists.
In my experience, anarcho-capitalists are generally just whiny brats who don't want to pay taxes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not. There's nothing
They're
anarchist
androids.
about them. They're just capitalists who don't want rules.
Yes. And they don't realize that you need a state in order to like prop up capitalism, because how else can you defend private property laws without the police?
But then again, it's not
With
the
your own
states they
private
don't
nuclear
like. It's-
arsenal.
Mhm.
Your own
They all
private
think
army.
that they're Raven in the book by Neil Stephenson.
Mhm.
Stoke Crash.
Oh, and I think
I'm going to be the really badass guy driving around with a private
Oh.
nuke in my motorcycle.
when I think Raven, I think of Teen Titans. Raven.
Yeah,
Yes.
same.
I think I'd say Teen Titans from Raven from Teen Titans as well. I really
Mhm.
like that character a lot.
Do you
Yeah.
watch the show on Netflix, Titans?
It's a cartoon, of course he does.
I do not.
Titans.
If you're a Teen Titan fan, you should watch it. It's
I
pretty
should watch.
good.
Yeah, I should watch Titans. Yeah, I'll get onto that. Still haven't finished up the 4th season of She-Ra either, and I'm interested in watching all of like The Witcher too. But I will get to like.
Yeah, that's not She-Ra like. It's very gritty and edgy and violent.
But you like it, so that means that this is a gritty, etchy, violent kind of show that's actually.
Oh
good.
yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot.
So it has big
actually.
robots. Is
Hey.
that? Are you saying?
No, there's not even big robots, but
There-
Hey,
no, no
I thought that
cyborgs?
was your sign up on.
no, I like the point of view. The hero of the show is Robin, Dick Grayson,
Yes, Nightwing.
and who has PTSD from Batman transforming him in a killing machine, basically. As a child, like Batman is kind of presented as an abuser and as an abusive parent to Dick Grayson for during the first season.
Because he's the goddamn Batman.
And there's the other Robin, the
Jason
Drake.
Todd?
One that
yes,
lives in a
Jason
tree.
Todd. And I don't know, it's not fun, but I don't know, there's something really likable about it. It's pretty quirky. Anyways, sorry, Kevin, we are nerds and we are going to talk about nerdy shit that you are not into.
Honestly, we would have been talking about nerdy shit for the last hour if you hadn't been here.
Yeah.
Well, I thank
I
you
may-
for
if I
keeping
may-
me involved.
If I may interject, can we talk about how Pig Puncher's a big doofus?
Yes, screw him. I did get a chance to like. I did see your video, Phoenix. That's why I was
Yeah.
in for the live chat. But
Well,
I didn't.
do that. I'm going to make my tea in the meantime because I'm so over YouTube
Oh, that
stuff.
sounds
It's okay. I'm not
That sounds nice.
complaining. I'm just go ahead. I'm going to make my tea. I am back in less than 5 minutes.
okay. It's just I mean, he didn't really see. I mean, I think that he got the point of my video. He was just mad that I was using him as an example to talk about like how geez, what was the point of my video? Christ.
Dirtbag leftists
The
are
point of
not
my
just-
video had been just like like people call out your bad behavior, just fix it and do better, and like, hey, you don't need to be edgy to appeal to young people. It's like I think a lot about people my age, like we grew up in the post went through high school in the post 9/11 world, so
Yeah.
like we were kind of forced into thinking about politics at that
9/11
age.
happened when I was in high school.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
that was my first year of high school. It was yeah, it made me view the world differently, and like I didn't even I talked a bit in the video I made that Pig Puncher responded to, that I didn't start off as far left. I had value. I had certain values, and like, excuse me, becoming like far leftism was just kind of an extension of those. Like, I cared about fairness, I cared about equality, cared about helping those in need, and
Communism, yeah.
So
yeah, pretty much.
I really
And I said that my views have changed over the years. That's why I'm no longer. I used to be pro life, anti-choice, and anti-gun. Now I'm pro-choice and pro-gun. I do think that the way America fetishizes gun use is kind of gross, but that's another conversation entirely. So yeah, I talked about it, and what I really hated about Pig Puncher's response was that he just kind of stopped it. Like, after I said like how I once had the opportunity to debate a shitlord about race realism, and I said basically absolutely not. And like, he kind of said, Pig Puncher's response to that was, you need to present good arguments, you need to engage with these people, blah blah blah. It's just like, and what lesson will they learn from that? That their ideas are important enough to be taken seriously in debate.
Yeah.
It's like, and I don't want to do that. There's a reason I don't debate veganism. I don't debate anti-vaxxers. I don't debate people who are anti-GMO. It's like, because when we treat like anti-science ideas like they're legitimate, it makes them feel like, yeah, this is legitimate. I will admit I have gone on War Corpse's new channel a few times, but I've always approached that as being 100% for my own amusement.
I like going on and trolling him. I just go on and be like, Dave, you fucking spoon, shut up.
Shut up.
Even Owen McDonald finds War Corps so immediately fascinating, which is why Owen McDonald has done 4 debates. No, he only done 2 debates with Lord of Patriarchy.
Lord, yeah, that's just and it's especially annoying how he gets offended when I tell him I'm not a girl. He gets offended by it. Like, yeah, I'm sorry you think that I still am, but no, I'm not.
You look like one, therefore you are one.
What if I looked like a bologna sandwich?
Then you would be a bologna sandwich.
I don't even know why I say half the things I do, but it's just like...
now I have to go into town to get bologna. Jesus.
I think the most irritating part of Pig Puncher's video that my video was a response to was that he said near the end he hates when quote unquote woke scoldy trans and especially non-binary people call him out. He said, because I'm doing this for you, and I just had to be like, I've gone over this on this channel before, but that's not what allyship is. Allyship means you kind of take a step back, shut up, and actually listen. You don't just speak over people. You don't act like we should all fall at your feet and be grateful for your help.
Yeah, what that is, that's white knighting.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's what I think these so-called dirtbag leftists want.
Are
They're
you
angry.
still talking about pig fucker?
I'm not talking specifically. I was just talking about his video that I had originally responded to, that he made a response to yesterday. I was just kind of like, how in that original video he said that he hates getting called out by trans and especially non-binary people because
he doesn't
doing this for us, and I was just like, I can't believe I need to say this on this channel again, but that's not what allyship is. That's just talking over us, not listening.
Yeah. Allyship is ally is a verb, not a noun. It's an action.
Yeah.
Accomplice.
Not identity.
Need accomplices, not allies.
Yeah, I made that video. What is it? It's almost 2 years ago now. About
Performed at allyship.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just a symptom of how part of the left treats non-binary folks, to be honest. The problem isn't pig fucker, it's people like ContraPoint and
Exactly.
etc. What even them aren't the problem. If there wasn't widespread bigotry against the non-binary folks in the
On the left.
in the LGBTQ plus something communities, their message would fall flat.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, it's because people are supporting it, and that,
Exactly.
in my opinion, is the problem. That being said, I am not non-binary, so maybe I should just shut the fuck up.
I know, but what you said is on point. There was actually one part of the video that he didn't respond to. Like, he had said in his original video, like it's different when like someone like me or Vosh yells at like race realists, like that's not how it works, blah blah blah. And I kind of said, yeah, I'm pretty sure black YouTubers have been doing that for years, and but heaven forbid we get the credit. Way to go, you bastion of
How dare
of
you
racial
not
equity.
being no, how dare you not being grateful to the white dude for
Exactly.
yelling at
Exactly.
race
It's like,
realists?
it's just like there are black people who make leftist content on YouTube and have for years, but like you know, we can't ever get the credit. We just get talked over and
No, Marty is just like, I just call him like that because once I genuinely fucked up and called him like that, not on purpose, and no, I just do it on purpose because it's
fair
funny.
enough. That's fair. Let's see, what was I gonna say? I left a comment on his response to me. I kind of said, you spit your bile at people like me and liability lefty, but you praise Shoeonhead, who literally built her YouTube channel off like being a reactionary and just a terrible person, and she is or was, I'm not sure which, besties with Lauren Southern, who's an actual neo-Nazi. I'm just like, remind me again.
June is so small and cute.
Is apparently she's no longer besties with like Lauren Southern, but like she was besties for a long time with Lauren Southern and decided to remain besties with Lauren Southern despite thinking about not being besties with Lauren Southern. Right now they're not besties. That's the best I know.
She believes in the fucking white genocide. Well, not white genocide, great replacement. Sorry.
But I bet many of the videos that where she did collab with like Lauren Head is still up on her channel for transparencies. That's my best.
Exactly. Like I pointed this out. I put it in my community tab. She made a video response to queer kid stuff, which I found out is ending, and I'm kind of sad about that. But anyway,
what do you think about that, actually, Kevin? Because you talked about Shoeonhead a lot. So what do you think about all those leftists who suddenly decide that she's okay?
No, that's a good question.
They're clout chasers.
Exactly.
Yeah. She's a big channel. If she had 10,000 subscribers, they'd all still be like, "Oh no, fuck her," but she can help them with building their channel, so they're happy to overlook.
I don't know about that because among the leftists who defend her, there's Peter Coffin and Contra who both have bigger channels than her.
No, I don't. I think she has more subscribers certainly than Peter Coffin.
Oh, really?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about. I don't know about ContraPoints anymore, but she's like, isn't she's over 1 million now, isn't she? June?
Really?
I think
ContraPoints or June?
June's over 1 million.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
June. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, she's been over 1 million for a long time now. ContraPoints is not towards 1 million. Last I know.
Idiocy for the masses. Oh my God.
And that tells you exactly where they are. That's why they're doing it.
Isn't there any time when how you look doesn't affect how you're judged?
I'm doing a debate with June or whatever. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't debate people, and like I have zero interest in it. I'll just come out and make videos about things that interest me or things I think deserve more attention. but I'm not going to debate people about them. That could grow my channel, but I'm just like it so doesn't interest me. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in the blood sports, and like
Yeah, also, you won't change anyone's mind. People,
True.
I don't think it's useful for anyone, even for them, to have a discussion when no one is going to change their minds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is
Well, no, I debate these a lot of different.
yeah,
various
but
people.
you do
I
it not for them, but for the audience.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
trying to convince an audience of people,
mm,
and well, not even convince them. Just plant some in their mind to get them thinking. Maybe they'll look something up. Because you never like it's people who are incredibly complex.
Yeah, but
You can't just go
honestly, I
on and
don't
make
know how
one-
you do it, Kevin, because
yeah,
the shit you subject
it's-
yourself to between
Yeah.
that and
Descendant Manosphere.
yeah, oh my god.
Well, I like to think of it as me using my white male privilege for something positive. 'Cause it
Yeah,
doesn't
but
affect me.
depression
when
doesn't
some-
care about your white male privilege, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. But I look at it this way: eventually, human life will cease to be, and everything will be pointless. So just watch a shit video on YouTube instead.
Yeah,
That's fine.
And then
that's
we're all
actually
gonna die.
Billie Eilish's philosophy.
Mm.
We're all going to die, so fuck it.
Speaking of which,
Basically.
that's kind of
Oh
kind
boy,
of
Tommy's old.
kind of why I ate an entire like vegan frozen pizza in one sitting. Life's too short, man.
Yep, just like live to eat, not eat to live.
Let Tom talk. He wants to say something.
Hey Tom, you get to say it to Kevin Logan this time, not just us.
well, I don't know. I don't want to be unwelcoming to anyone. Their philosophical wolf makes a point that people here should be more welcoming, and I don't want to be unwelcoming to anyone
Do you think we are
except Kevin.
unwelcoming?
Well, no, fuck Kevin.
I think that's a
And-
tune we can
and-
all dance to.
What's that?
I think that's a tune we can all dance to.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, fuck Kevin, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. And
I mean,
and,
fuck everyone, basically. So
well, no, only the ones
With
to whom
consent.
that with consent. Absolutely. JP hits it right on the head with consent. So I'm asking everybody who wishes and consents
And
to
with
be
lube, lots of lube.
well,
Happy International
it
Women-
depends, you know.
the
I'm not going
sentence,
to kink shame.
the
I'm not going to kink
sentence
shame
you-
anybody.
I do
No.
have lube actually.
no, for fuck's sake.
I am I'm saying
I'd really like you all to respect my ace for fuck's sake.
Well, it's right next to my toys.
Sorry, go ahead, Tom. It's Jonathan's fault.
It is my fault.
Oh, fuck off, Jonathan. Fuck off. Not the people who wouldn't understand what that is, but the ones who do. Fuck you. And fuck off. And Phoenix, not
Shut
you
up,
or
David.
Jamie. I'm leaving. So
Okay.
Fuck off, Tom.
goodbye.
Later.
Bye bye,
Bye, Tom.
Tom. Have a good nap.
Yeah, Pig Puncher's been like banned off of like Twitter several times because of that, and it's just
Yeah,
like
but is no one.
true.
Puncher keeps blaming Lex and I for him getting banned, and it's literally because he keeps cussing out and using slurs towards racial minorities. And... Yikes.
Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Who is doing the fart noise? Is that you, Kevin?
No, that was the connector of my microphone that got halfway pulled out.
Really? Your
Yeah.
microphone is farting, babe. I'm not complaining, and I'm five. I'm 5 years old, so
And French.
Yes.
and French. So I am very pro fart. But that's the first time in my life I've heard a microphone fart. I thought Kevin was doing that with his mouth. Like,
I can't do that. I haven't like had trained myself to do that. Not that
I haven't trained myself. No
I-
one trains
I-
themselves to do that, Jonathan. That's a very weird thing to say.
Well, people are very proud of their ability to make fart noises and belch on command.
I can do both. I have brothers.
Yeah, I can
I have
belch on
brothers
command
too.
too. It's not because I have brothers, but I won't do it because I'm old a little too, and I find that gross now. Well, not inherently. I mean, it's a bodily function, but
La flatulence, the microphone.
la flatulence. It's flatulence is the girl. Don't ask me. Don't ask.
It's a French
La
language.
flatulence de la microphone. Not du microphone.
No. Du. The microphone is a boy.
Mhm.
That's right. And the penis is female in the French language, while the
No.
vagina is.
So
Penis
it's a girl
is.
farting into the mouth of a boy. Is that what's happening?
Oh my word.
Penis is not female. It's a masculine word.
Okay.
No, we're
Dick
talking
is
about Ted
feminine, though.
Cruz's favorite videos, sounds like.
Oh, the guy who doesn't watch porn.
I don't want to know.
Neither do I.
No, for real. I really don't want to know. Please.
None of us wanted to
Don't-
know,
don't-
but he made a
don't
mistake
link
on his
anything.
Twitter.
Yes, but I'm not in your fucking country, so I
He's not my senator, though.
Yeah.
don't want to know.
He was
please.
browsing on Twitter and he accidentally liked his incest porn.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know.
Well, technically
fuck you,
stepmom
John.
porn, but
Not just that, but the woman in it
And-
looked exactly like his wife.
Can we please stop? No more.
Yes, can we?
It's disgusting.
Can we go back to anarchism or something not gross?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I feel like that topic probably deserved a trigger warning. Just
Okay,
for mindfulness.
you're right. We should all remember that. Yes.
Mm.
No, but even if there's no trigger warning, can we just not be gross? Not too much. That was really gross for real. Not funny gross like
Mhm.
Okay.
burps and farts.
True that.
Okay. So, but one thing earlier when we were playing the Fishy Fashy game, we were wondering: is the Daily Telegraph in Australia owned by Rupert Murdoch? Yes, because the Daily Telegraph of Australia is owned by News Corp Australia, and News Corp was founded by Rupert Murdoch.
Doesn't Rupert Murdoch own everything in Australia though?
Yes.
Wouldn't surprise me. So, back
Oh,
to
there's a
anarchism.
question for Jamie and Phoenix in the chat
Oh.
about vegan stuff.
Okay, philosophical wolf. I'm not vegan myself, but are vegan gains and ask yourself
Grains, vegan grains.
vegan grains.
His name's it's Vegan Gains, and ask yourself, YouTube channel, good representation for veganism, vegan activism, or mostly already. They are not good representation. They are just they're very into the internet blood sports, and moreover, Vegan Gains recently made a video defending a vegan activist
Oh, you're cutting, babe.
who has been accused of.
A Robo Phoenix.
Oh, so I'm cutting.
It lagging.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, but yeah. So anyway, Vegan Gains has made a video, defending a vegan activist who's been accused of sexual assault by another activist, and basically complaining about how OMG, the Me Too movement is a witch hunt. OMG, these men are getting their lives ruined by false accusations of rape. Yeah, because I can really tell Donald Trump's life is over.
And Louis C.K.
It's just, yep, totally. It's like people. It's just like, and I was, God. So no, they're not good representatives. Vegan Gains and Ask Yourself have also both made videos against intersectional approaches to vegan activism. All about oh my god, veganism is for the animals. Like, that's nice and all, but the animals aren't the ones who need to be convinced. please stop pretending like the fact that you don't care about women or people of color, which is odd because Vegan Gains is biracial, or LGBT folks. Please don't pretend that's because you care about the animals, because just no. Yeah, I'm thinking of actually writing. I was writing a piece for Medium about like sexual abuse within the vegan and animal rights movement, because there is a lot of that, and I think it's partially because the animal rights movement is predominantly female, so it's kind of what one of
Really?
my favorite YouTubers ever, Patchwork Heart,
That's
described
really not
as.
that's really not the fact in France.
Yeah.
It's mainly male here.
Isn't
But
Mexi?
worldwide. Yeah, Mexi's a vegan. I love Mexi.
I hate her. She's Peter Coffin stan.
Yeah, that does disappoint me. But what I was saying was because it's so predominantly female, like on a worldwide scale, it provides what Patchwork Heart, awesome YouTuber by the way, described as a quote target-rich environment. So, like, especially since it attracts a lot of young women, young femme people, etc.
I personally have had very bad experiences with vegan activists in general.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Jamie, you, and a friend of mine that is French are the only three that I know that are not ableist as fuck.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm not ableist. I'm disabled myself. I'm vegan.
There is something to be said.
No,
for,
I know. I was saying that you weren't Phoenix.
Oh, sorry.
You, Jamie, and some French guy she knows.
Girl.
Okay.
French girl.
Yeah, no, I do a lot of criticism of the vegan activism community.
Same.
Yeah, purely because vegan activists have a tendency to be extremely
black and white.
Yeah, very
extremely exclusionary towards impoverished,
exactly,
disabled or rural individuals who would otherwise be vegan activists.
You live in a food desert? Sounds like you need to try harder.
or like get a Thrive market subscription, which yeah, it's like it's not that simple. It's like
you say you can't cook your own meals yourself, and so you eat what you are given. Obviously, you are lying.
Sure, it's like I mean, I don't cook much. I don't cook much anymore because like I almost never have the spoons for it. I like a lot of convenience foods. That's why I had frozen pizza for lunch. But like I'll pick one day where I'll like make something really big, like whether it's a batch of. Yesterday I made a batch of rice. Sometimes it's a batch of pasta, and I bought this giant bag of broccoli and I cooked like most of it, partly because I was taking up too much space in the freezer. But that's gonna last a few days. That's gonna be like I can have rice bowls. I can have the broccoli with pasta if I make pasta.
We have a very interesting question from Darius Jonah. Let's finish up with vegans and answer it.
It's like, yeah, but so I can cook, but I understand that's something not everyone can do. Not everyone can even cook at all, or like go out to a grocery store. I can
on most days if I don't have the spoons, but I could. There are days I can't use my hands, so there's no way. But it's not every day, so thank God it's not every day.
Yeah. Like I've had a lot of like pain lately. I need to finally schedule that MRI just so they can see maybe what's wrong with my back.
No, but my point is telling someone who tells you they are disabled and they can't do something, that they are lying. Honestly, it's getting old.
Yeah, totally. It's not, like I hear enough of that, like from just random people who I will not
Like,
name.
I think people don't realize how hard it is to tell yourself I am disabled. For one,
Exactly.
it's not something trendy or whatever. Not
Like,
it's not something anyone wants to be. It's I don't know, the internalized ableism and all that.
No, well, yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of people
The
are just
label is
stigmatized.
yeah, no, and it's a label that is heavy to carry too.
Hmm. Yeah, and so many people
Because
are.
when you use it, a lot of people, you put people are uneasy with it,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
now I don't give a fuck because I'm.
Hmm.
yeah.
It's too much work to give a fuck anymore. But
Hmm.
at the beginning, when
True.
I really realized that, yeah, that was me, it was hard because yeah, you see the pity in people's eyes, and you're like, I'm just telling you so you understand where I'm coming from, not
Mm-hmm.
to
Mhm.
give me the sad eye. I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Uh, yeah, I don't, I can't do all the things I used to be able to do. Like, I don't have the spoon safe going out at night because it's the only place to really do things is in DC, and there's weirdos around there.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm adjusting okay. Sometimes I'll go to meetups on the weekends. Sometimes I'll like when I want to go grocery shopping, I usually shop early in the day during the week, so like I don't run into a big crowd. Ugh. But yeah, it's like we we can adjust, and like I've heard it said that that people are only really disabled because of the world we live in. That's
Well,
not accommodating and give us what we need.
that's true
It
if your definition of disabled is not the same as impaired.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true if
exactly.
it's the same. So I tend to agree with that because I don't think the two are the same. But again, when you want to have a conversation with someone, you need to define the terms first.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there is an
That's a
element of
good point.
truth in it, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
a lot of disabled
story.
people have written about it,
Mhm.
and it's called the social model of disability.
Mhm.
It's very interesting. I really need to make a video on it one day when I have the spoons.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
Darius
I've been
is asking. Oh, sorry.
yeah, I want to make more videos about ableism. That's all I was gonna say. But go ahead.
Okay, so Darius Jonah has questioned if anarchism is the devolution of unjustifiable hierarchies, will it require a lot of auditing? Question mark. What about like institutions that cease relevance but maintains its social clout? Question mark.
So the
That's a good
answer to the
question.
first part of the question is yes.
Yes.
It will.
It require a lot of hard work.
That's the whole issue with anarchism. Actually, it's
Mhm.
the only issue, in my opinion, is that it will need a lot of talking and reevaluating, evaluating.
Mhm.
Sorry. Apparently, I don't know how to talk anymore. So there's that.
That's okay.
Mhm.
I mean,
Are you still here, Kev?
Yeah, I'm still here. Just
Oh.
I didn't have anything to add to veganism and disableism, so I thought I'll just let people talk.
That never stops you in your other hangouts.
How dare you?
Touche.
no, Kevin Logan's being a good ally by sitting back and
Mhm.
listening and let the other people that
Yeah,
have.
he's a very good guest,
Oh.
actually.
Mhm.
Oh,
Have
it's
you
true that.
seen John message for you, Kevin, in the Zoom group chat?
No.
We usually run for a couple of hours, so if you ever need to take off, don't worry about looking like a dick.
Oh,
You will
okay.
not look like a dick. And he says a couple of
That isn't a
hours.
deck. It's
We-
an eggplant.
We usually talk for 3 hours more accurately. So when you need to fuck off, feel free to.
Okay, well, I'm good for now, but thank you.
Okay. So back to the question: it will require a lot of auditing. Yes, it will. It will require a lot of work. I'm rereading Rudolf Rocker's Anarcho-Tomunists Theory of Practice, chapter 4, because like it mentioned, like in Catalonia, how the
I'm
workers.
sorry, that David just made me laugh.
He's very good. Garrus equals he's silent.
That's not what I meant, but
But like in Catalonia, when they when all of the workers were like emancipating like the factories, giving rid of the bosses, and just having like all the factories turn into co-ops, there were workers that were willing to work like 12 or 14 hours because there was also a war going on, so they were working a lot and hard that were able to for the war effort as well, to like maintain the militias that they had. And so yeah, it was just, it's going to require a lot of work anyway, this because sometimes the best things in life do kind of require a lot of work. We don't do things because they're easy. Sometimes we do things because they're hard.
because they're right.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they're
and-
worth doing.
Yeah, completely. Lex
yeah, guys,
has
I think
a
I'm gonna-
question. Sorry. Go
Yeah, I
ahead,
think I'm
Philip.
gonna check out now. I should throw my plate away, and I have to go to the bathroom. So, it was great chatting with you guys. I hope we can do it again next week.
Yes, we
Definitely.
will.
Well, we are here every week, so you're welcome.
Always.
Mhm.
Awesome. You folks have a nice day. Peace, love, and stay hydrated. And everyone, please give me money. Bye bye.
Bye.
Join her Patreon. Sign up to Phoenix's Rising's 87th Patreon, and she makes good art, good videos, and good essays.
Lex has a question for Kevin, actually. How do you feel about Vosh doing a second debate with Sargon? Oh, God.
It's like asking, what do I think about the battle between HIV and cancer? Like, I don't. They're both awful. So, I mean, I
Yes.
don't really care. I mean, I'll probably listen because I'm a glutton for
Punishment.
For
shit YouTube.
punishment, yeah, you like that. We're not king shaming, but keep it to yourself, please.
You should, because that's a terrible kink. Really.
Yeah, it is.
Is it
socially
though?
destructive?
Lex, I think Kevin is kink shaming us.
I've been thinking about doing the Vosh video because like I'll just ask for Jamie and Lex's help because like I tried to do it in like a Twitter thread, but like a lot of my tweets got shadow banned just because like there's a bunch of links apparently. But I think I'll just like take those links and then like make a video with OBS doing it. It says, here's what Vosh says, here's what Vosh says. I know they're going to say, where's the content?
Lex says, I find it funny that Vosh is a worse debater than Sargon.
That's an achievement.
Yeah, that is.
Yes.
I mean, the guy is a crypto fash, so
Yes.
I mean,
Which
he's
one?
as bad as
Which one?
Vosh.
Vosh.
Yeah.
There's nothing crypto about Sargon.
Yeah, I was about to say, you've added a word onto the start of his description there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's true for Vosh now. Too, actually, the guy is just.
He recently did a video about how it is that
we aren't catering enough to white people. Is that
Yes.
the one?
We
Yes,
should
that
stop
one.
saying Mayo side.
we should cater more to cishet white male audiences.
Oh,
And that was like, and he also defends the use of slurs against minorities. And
Well,
stuff.
we
Yeah,
do
I
need to be
know.
concerned about their economic preoccupations. That's really what it's all about. That's all. I mean, they wouldn't be
Right,
lynching
'cause-
people if they weren't worried about their jobs.
Right, because poor working class people just aren't smart enough to not hate minorities. So we gotta.
Ruth
gotta be nice to
says had some really god awful
And they're
takes on
also all
Hiroshima
cishet white.
too.
Not surprising.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that Vosh would have.
I
terrible
think they're
takes on
talking
it.
about Vosh here.
Yeah.
I don't watch the motherfucker. I don't know why you'll inflict that on yourself. I don't.
I don't.
Do it.
Oh, that's right. He did a whole video where he just did incel rhetoric.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, but
That was right before the Mayo side video.
Again, listen, people. Don't make deradicalizing Gabe or radicalizing Gabe your whole praxis. Pig puncher, Vosh, stop it.
Is that a reference
And,
to any of those videos?
Yes, it is.
kill your
Okay.
heroes, basically, which doesn't mean actually kill people. That's for the morons at the back of the classroom.
Means metaphorically kill them, but literally stab them. Just not enough to kill
No,
them.
metaphorically.
It means try
kill your
not to
heroes.
worship. Try not to worship
have
people. I don't know. Care about ideas, yes.
Metaphorically kill your heroes, because if you don't, I will
I know it's
go and
difficult.
shoot them and actually kill them.
I know it's difficult, especially I'm not very. It's a little of a case of the kettle calling the pot black, or the other way around. Seeing as how I am a fangirl for Terry Pratchett and David Graeber, I don't like when people criticize them.
Fuck Terry Pratchett.
Fuck
you.
We've never been so in sync as a podcast.
No, but
I
for
can
real
unite
though.
the left. I can unite the left by insulting Terry Pratchett.
Yep.
You could, actually. A lot of people like Terry Pratchett because he's awesome.
You have to be willing to drop someone in a heartbeat, because people are flawed. And when I say flawed, I mean people are pieces of shit most of the time. No, but that's real though. And
I want to clarify that when we're talking about dropping people in a heartbeat, we're not talking about dropping them from your community.
from a cliff, or
We're talking about dropping shit. We're not talking. We're not.
I love
talking
when
about
you say
dropping
shit
people.
and your mic is farting. It's
We are not
it's
talking
topical.
about dropping them from our communities. We're talking about dropping them from positions where it is they are effectively leaders of the community.
Yes. I said this like in a couple of threads, so like just kind of like joining the Discord. This is like because like Pig Puncher, Vosh, and then like a lot of these other like bread tubers, they want to like defend their shitty behavior, saying don't divide the left. I'm saying that's what the atheist community said for like elevator.
the left unity is the bread and butter of the shitty people.
Yes.
That left unity has never existed, and it's a good thing.
Yes. I'm not going to unify with tankies. No.
Yeah, we are not
There's a Terry
going to
Pratchett
unify with crypto-fascists. No.
There's a
Debacles can go suck their own dick.
Go suck a tailpipe, as Christiosity would say.
Oh yeah, I like Christiosity. She's
Oh yeah, she's been.
We should so invite her on the show.
Oh, she's awesome, and I'm not sure if she's available on the Saturdays, but we can like schedule it as well. But yeah, she's awesome, and she's been like very outspoken about this because it affects her family. Her son, who has Asperger's, and so he would get those slurs, ableist slurs thrown at him, and so seeing like leftists saying that it's okay to use these slurs in discourse or something like that, and defending that. And
mean, the Voshes and etc. In what sense exactly are they leftists? I'm asking for real because I never seen any of their content. I just saw them tweet, which I'm so happy I'm not going on Twitter anymore.
You said that last time, and yet you said like, no, you'll go on Twitter because Christiosity's there.
Yeah, I know. But
you also say you don't read the chat, you don't answer David Skagg. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but I actually like David even if he's a little shit.
Marty makes a great point where she says that
Left unity. Yeah, go ahead.
usually involves punching down.
Oh yes, it's always the minorities that are asked to uphold left unity. It's always like women and people of color and the disabled and the poorest among us and the trans folks that are asked to not be divisive.
Yeah, no,
Divisive.
absolutely. Well,
How
we
do you say
need-
that word?
Divisive.
Divisive or
Divisive.
Divisive.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you
This
divide
comes
things.
from the word divide.
No, but why some I's are pronounced I and some are pronounced E?
Because English is a mongrel language.
Yeah, basically.
I have no good reason why. So
I don't care, David. You're still a little shit.
But yeah, so what we really need is to organize, to unite the left around protecting the bourgeois, just like Natalie asked us to.
Yes,
yes, exactly.
That's the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Seriously, can you not talk about her?
I'm capable of that. Yeah,
I'm capable of that too. But like Essence of Thought, just like recently. Put
I
out
am having such a fucking overdose of that woman.
But she's being unfairly targeted by cancel culture.
I really don't want to hear about her anymore. Please.
That's fair.
No, if you want to talk about her, talk about her. But I swear I'm so tired of that. They're all always bitching about drama, but they are causing it. And,
Yeah.
Essence of Thought just published their
I know.
second
Yeah.
part of
response to Natalia wins.
That's
honestly just pointing out the
that's the
blatant
reason
lying that
that's
she did
the
in that
reason
video.
why I'm fed up with Natalia today, because I have seen people share that video and people in the comments of the people who shared that video defending her again.
Everybody should just go watch Essence of Thought.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Ruth. And Lexi. But yeah, Essence of Thought did a great video. Essence of Thought is great generally.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, kill your heroes, because when they fuck up, it's painful. I know, because Angie Speaks was my friend. Gwen was my friend.
Yep.
Gwen was my friend.
It's always painful.
Peter was my friend until
he wasn't my friend.
Peter was my friend until he ended up basically getting upset because I had criticized a YouTuber, and he decided that I needed to get his permission to do that.
Oh God!
And Gwen was my friend until she targeted me as a victim of her sexually predatory behavior. So yeah, I get very much how it can suck to be confronted with the horribleness of your heroes, but yeah,
kill them,
kill your heroes. Yeah,
stab them to death with a knife.
No, but really, having friends and this, I know it's hard. People think we are being
dramatic.
I don't know. No,
unfair.
I'm Jamie, help me. Désinvolte. We're not taking it seriously, that we think it's easy. But we know it's hard when one of your friends does something awful. We've been there.
Yeah.
And we're no better than anyone else. and we actually managed to drop them. And yes, it was painful, but you know,
Yeah, just recently I ended up having to back away from a friend of mine who started defending some really abusive behavior from some other members of leftist organizing communities online. And that sucked because she was a really close friend of mine for a long while. But I mean,
I'm sorry, philosophical wolf, but Batman is a fash. I will die on that hill.
you will
Sorry.
die a hero on that hill, because you won't be living long enough to become a villain.
Oh god.
Green Arrow eventually becomes a socialist. He's the good one.
Yeah, I like Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the
Green
TV
Arrow.
show, but in the comics, he becomes a socialist.
The secret is that you have to put them on an island with no money.
Well, no, that's how he became a fash at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but I mean, you have to like go somewhere to stop just being a bourgeois capitalist.
Take away the
He
capital
wasn't
somehow.
even that.
He was a
Oh, I thought he
spoiled
was.
rich kid. He came back to become a bourgeois capitalist /
Oh, good.
fascist.
Good.
And then he changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any more
Yeah,
questions?
but no, but I mean, I know it's easy to say like that, drop the people who are shitty, blah blah blah. It's painful, but if you have an ounce of integrity, you do it. I'm sorry, but
Mm-hmm.
well, Wolf is a billionaire who beats
It's because
up
he's
the
a white male
mentally
power
ill
fantasy.
every night. So
Yeah.
you know,
He's a white male power fantasy, and that means fascism.
he could put money into the hospital and mental health and stuff like that. But no, he buys gadgets and with which he beats up the mentally ill and the poor. Yay,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
exactly.
guess. Anyways, what do you have to say about the subject of killing your heroes, Kevin?
I really haven't ever considered it because I don't have heroes. I hate all people.
Really? What about
Kevin
your
has
football
already
teams?
killed all of his heroes.
Yeah, basically.
That's what I just heard. So Kevin fully endorses killing heroes.
Remember, the
duh.
only
Kill them before they're even born.
Abort your heroes.
Baby heroes. Especially Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda needs to be killed.
Still haven't seen The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
I
me
haven't
neither.
either, but I know people get really defensive of a Baby Yoda, so I like to say he should have been aborted.
I was kind of excited for it at first, and then the hype for it, and of course, it's all the shitty Star Wars fans who are talking about it. So I don't want to watch it anymore. I'm way more excited by the Pratchett show.
Oh yeah. There's going to be a Discworld show. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
apparently it's really
seriously,
steampunk.
Fuck Terry Pratchett.
Fuck you,
Fuck
Kevin.
you.
I'm uniting the left, damn it.
You don't need to unite Jonathan and I. We are already pretty united.
Yeah.
Except for his masturbation stuff.
It's an arm reach too.
I mean, isn't it usually?
Him and his lube and his pocket pussy.
Yeah. What other topics are there to talk about? Because we covered any other questions for like anarchism or anarchists. Because I think we covered that topic pretty well. Oh wait, there was like a second part to like Darius Jonah's question, like, or the second question. What about like institutions that cease relevance because it maintains social clout? Question mark.
Oh, like the church today. It's just something that we slowly kill. And that'll be easier to do once we take away their money. Because money stands in for social clout a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a communist too, so I would like love to just like live in a society without money, because that in itself, like, it doesn't matter when you create a kind of like money or currency as well. There'll be people who love to like hoard that, and that creates itself an unjustifiable hierarchy. And plus, I also think that like you can just like do transactions or just run a economy or run a community, run society without it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find our answer helpful, by the way, Kev?
What answer? Sorry, what?
What about your question about
He's watching the game.
anarchism?
No. I mean, because I didn't ask the question you were just answering, so I was like, I don't. What? That's
No, excuse me, I wasn't actually listening to Jonathan. I'm sorry, I was reading the chat and I was wondering if our answer was actually helpful
Or
to
like
your understanding of, I don't know.
Of course, Jonathan asked it ages ago. It might not even be in the chat anymore. Darius Jonah asked the question. That's what it was.
Well, fuck that person too. Yeah. I know that I can only do that on my show. I shouldn't abuse other people's guests.
We do too. You can go on, especially if it's David. He's used to it. No, it's David. Is Swede or something.
Yeah, but I feel like English imperialist dominance should especially be the case with language. So, David.
Yeah, everyone
that's
calls him David, anyways, even me. Even though I pronounce his name the same way he does in my language, but
yeah, the French people are David, aren't they? Which, I mean, they're wrong, but you know, whatever.
Wouldn't it be David?
It's David, yeah.
Yeah.
But I say David because I don't know. I'm
Spanish
speaking
would be David.
I'm speaking English with you, so well, about English with you. English-ish.
Franglish.
When I'm not making up words.
Or using words that do exist in totally the wrong way.
Oh, God.
Let's not go there again, please.
Bastard has a good question from like the live chat. What are good educational leftist YouTube channels? And this is kind of like related to another question that like Marty after asked me on her last Tea Party, which you can see on her on the Facebook page for the Tea Party.
Sean is amazing.
Yes, Marty Athanasi's show, The Tea Party, is awesome. Check it out.
No, I was saying Sean, the channel. Sean.
Oh, the Skull, the Sean the Skull guy. Yeah.
SJA.
Yeah, Marty's show is awesome too.
Libertarian Socialist Rants. It's still very good, and I've never had a problem with like Cameron whatsoever. And a lot of his videos are still up, and they're very good.
Yeah, he was a co-admin on Anarchist Memes when I started there.
Nice.
He's not anymore, but
I think the Kevin Logan channel is very good. Myself. I don't know about anyone else, but
yeah, but you're not really an educational channel, are you?
How dare you?
He does critique. He does critique like PragerU and like call them out on their bullshit and like correct them and say Prager F you. And I was in the last Prager F you video as well.
You absolutely were, Jonathan. Yes, thank you for lending me your audio talents.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let's see. Leto Satsak has mentioned like Reading Radical. Oh, Reading Radical is very good. If you want to understand like capital or Marxist dust capital. If you want to understand the maths of this, Reading Radical has a whole video playlist of just like understanding Marxian economics, and it is a lot of video aids.
We know, David. Sorry. There's Audible Anarchist where you have a shitload of anarchist book for free in audiobooks.
A lot of very good books that they did audio versions of, like what is Communist Anarchism by Alexander Breckman, Nationalism and Culture by Rudolf Rocker. It's a very big book, a very long book.
Also, as a fangirl, you should
David Graeber.
Search for David Graeber's lectures on YouTube.
Yeah, either bullshit jobs or debt the first $1,000 a year.
Anything that.
Yeah, anything that David Graeber does. Yeah,
I'm a fangirl though, so.
The Utopia of Rules.
You should kill him then.
You should also
I know, but he's cool.
There is a resource, LibreVox, LABREVOX. It is all voice recordings, or all community contributed audiobook recordings.
Yeah, Audible Anarchist is the same.
Is it?
Shoe on Head is totally leftist. She'll be the first to tell you.
But Audioburst Anarchist does take a couple of the LibreVox recordings of like M. Goldman's Anarchist and Other Essays, Mikhail Bakunin's like The Garden State, and the Rugged Trouser Theoramphis, and they put it up on their channel as well. But LibreVox has a website, and not just like any like leftist or radical like literature. No, they do a lot of audiobooks.
Can I just
as well?
As you mentioned it there, The Rugged Trouser Philanthropist is probably my favorite book ever.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, listening to the audiobook of it on Audible Anarchist, and it's very interesting and quite good. Okay, I love the book by Peter Gederus. It's a recent book as well, like in the
but they asked about channels.
It's on Audible Anarchist, and it's one of the first playlists that they show. How Nonviolence Protect the State, and I think that's a really good audiobook to listen to.
That's a very good book.
Yes.
Culture Shot is cool.
Yeah, I like Culture Shots. Culture Shots have done hangouts with Kevin. I've been on.
He hasn't made videos in a long time.
3 Arrows.
I still like.
3 Three Arrows is amazing.
Just the
Mexi.
We have our problems with Mexi because of standing for Peter Coffin, but that's about it. The videos themselves, then that one video, I actually do like Mexi's videos. A lot well-resourced.
Isn't she a donkey though?
She's not an anarchist, that's for sure. She was friends with the Finnish Bolsheviks for a while, but I think she ended her friendship with the Finnish Bolsheviks, and the Finnish Bolsheviks had some his interesting takes, and yes, it's pretty much a tanky as well. Anarcho-Pack, another good leftist channel.
Yes.
Stay away from Bad Mouse. Bad Mouse is definitely a tanky.
Oh god, Bad Mouse.
Yes.
He used to be an anarchist, and I don't know what happened to him.
Well, he's a really weird chap because he was like a fucking American version of a libertarian, right? Like a rightist, and then became a leftist anarchist.
Yes.
And then he's now
became a tanky
guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think he's quite worked out what he is.
He never really totally got leftist anarchism. He never really got the idea of like anarcho-communism or anarcho-syndicalism. He was a mutualist for a little while. And it sounds like now he's either a Marxist-Leninist or a Marxist-Leninist Maoist.
Yeah, donkey.
Yeah, that's what I said. I just said it longer.
Dumpster Flower is also like a good channel. I like his videos a lot.
The American Anarchist is cool, but she hasn't made anything in a while too.
Just ask her, and she can do a stream with you. She was like very easy to do that. I have done like 5 streams with her.
I've streamed with AA.
Yep.
With Mohammed, you called her.
AA.
No, I know, but in the streams you used to call her Mohammed. That was funny.
That's the thing. Yeah. I've done that before with. I just choose a random.
You do that
for
with me too, actually, once.
Yeah.
There's another. Sorry.
There was another one I did with a Belgian non-binary person. I can't remember the person's real name, but I just decided to call them Dave, and they wouldn't. Yeah, they just went along with that. That was fine. Sorry, go on.
So I was thinking another leftist channel that tends to do real good is Chrisiosity.
Yes.
Yes.
We all love Chrisiosity here.
Tom
like
Avella
Chrisiosity's-
hasn't done anything in a while, hasn't he?
Yeah, Tom Avell burned out. His channel's still up, and a lot of their videos are still up and still really good. Lucky, I think, say lucky for him because like he's been non-binary. They them is their pronouns. They're non-binary. They did a video of like for Pride Month like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. It's been
Yeah,
up
I
on.
know. Yeah, I
Yes,
think that's still. I don't know.
Yes, and luckily for them that like they just like went to music school and just like continued music school and graduated, and then when this whole thing came out as well, so I was like,
I
for them.
have my personal issues with them, but Thought Slime as a channel is pretty amazing.
Yeah, Thought Slime made me an anarchist because of like their or his he goes by he himself.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey Charlie, look, T-Char is a very cool comrade in the chat. Thought Slime made me an anarchist with his Q and Anarchy series, and particularly the episode of the state. That was the final like thing that like I need to understand of like anarchist criticism of the state as an institution and how that's an unjustifiable hierarchy. And since that video, I call myself anarchist. I'm still on today.
Yeah, I won't give shit to people for on the channel for personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Step Back History is really good, Lefto Sack. I like Step Back History a lot. Tristan Johnson.
It's history, so I don't like it, but
but it's history from another angle. He's an anarchist.
I
too.
know, but it's
I like history.
I'm bored to death by it,
But Tristan finds interesting stories and tells those stories. He's not that kind of like history channel that's just about generals and maps and battles and arrows going across maps and stuff like that. He avoids that at all costs and tells actually interesting stories about like the Girl Scouts and what they did during World War II, which is quite fascinating.
The Bronx blogger.
Oh, he's great. He's a great comrade.
yeah, but he hasn't uploaded anything in a while too.
No, he's taking a break, but he's going to come back later this year. I was talking to him about it the other day.
Yeah.
Does his health is his health better?
I hope it is.
I'm not talking about the thing that's not going away. I'm talking about
Yeah. His health is he's doing pretty okay right now.
Nice. I don't know if he's okay with if he's open about it, so I don't really want to talk about it. But
yeah, they've talked about it before.
Okay.
Let's see other channels.
And yeah, he's very cool. I like him.
And that's what just like see. Phoenix
Steve Shives isn't leftist, but he will be soon.
I'm trying my best. I'm doing my best. Yes, I have asked those many essays to like Steve Shives and ask away.
You go too strong with Steve. He doesn't
Maybe.
say anything, but I think he's a little over it sometimes. He's being awfully nice about it, honestly.
Maybe.
Reading Radical, I think she stopped producing content, but I mean all of the stuff that she's made is still there.
Yes.
Have you got people you know, Kevin, that we haven't talked about yet? YouTubers that are leftist and do educational content?
I think Kevin Logan is very good.
I've heard of that.
Basically,
one.
you mentioned everyone though.
That sad sack has never educated anyone in
Kevin,
his
we
life.
have 15 people watching us. You're not going to make to grow your audience here.
Oh shit! I only came on for clout chasing.
You should hang out with June. I hear she's big.
Oh god.
Yeah, she's a big pile of shit.
Yeah.
Do you
I
all
agree.
remember the discussion Garrett tried to have with June and what's his name?
Armor Skeptic.
Yeah.
Greg.
And his,
What
yeah,
is his
and
name?
Greg.
Greg.
What?
Yeah,
That-
that's right. Sorry, it took me a sec to process that.
Dave.
yes, Dave.
Same
What's
difference.
his name?
Greg.
Greg.
His name is actually Greg. His
Greg.
YouTube name.
Oh, thank you. God, I couldn't remember his name.
Mohammed.
Mohammed.
Let's see. I do like the channel of non-competing, though I have my issues with American Johnson. He does do educational stuff, and some people disagree with like his conclusions on things or what.
Yeah, he's pretty mild. I think he's from a purely political standpoint. I mean, I know he's identifies as an anarchist, but is not really.
Yeah, but he's dating a tanky, so how anarchist is he really?
Really? That girl is a tanky?
Luna Oi.
Yeah.
Not, I don't know if she's
She's
really
an
tanky.
ML.
She's
Well,
an ML though.
She's
Yeah.
an ML. She has
Yeah,
a
she's a
quote
tanky.
unquote ironic tanky tattoo.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh God, so
yeah.
edgy.
So she's a tanky.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. Going through my YouTube subscriptions right now. I have a lot of subscriptions.
Christy Winters is
I-
a total anarchist.
No.
Can we not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The MOA?
The Mo is
Or-
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't done
So
any
what's-
videos
hang on,
recently.
who's throwing shade at Krista? Let's.
Oh, she's a liberal. I'm just having fun.
Oh
because-
no, we are. I'm not on speaking terms with Christy, and
Why not? What's
it's
happened?
personal. It has nothing
okay.
to do with. That's why I don't want. When I talk about it, people I have observed that people try to have me talk shit about her, and I'm not interested in doing that. I just
Yeah.
I
not gonna
didn't
pile
like
on
her behavior on a certain issue, and she went too far for me, and that's the end of it. It's
Okay.
I take issue with who she supported until recently.
Yeah.
In the presidential
Election.
election in the United States.
who Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Kamala Harris.
Yeah, but
Yeah. But I think she knows why I do, and she has her reasons, and I disagree with them, but I don't like hate her for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have my issues with Kamala Harris, but it's like I'm not going to lose a friend over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Leptostats as a actual joke. That's a good leftist anarchist channel too. I like actual jokes content as well.
Deadman Animations does some really good content.
Oh yeah.
They're a Maoist, an MLM.
See, what about
nope.
But
see, what about Innuendo Studios? I know they do really good takedown of the Fash, but I don't know where they stand otherwise.
Oh yeah, I love that channel.
Yes, the channel's really good. It helped the Why You So Angry video series is like
It's definitely an educational leftist channel.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where he stands like on like as a socialist or an anarchist, but he's at least anti-capitalist, at least like critical of capitalism. So
If
there's
you
at least
like also analysis of media, that can be educational, right?
Yes.
There's a pop culture detective who is fucking amazing.
Pop Culture Detective is really good. I like his video essays covering like, and he's a guy that covers men's issues and it's a feminist. And well, he's also John McIntosh, and so people already have his opinions. They have their opinions about him, but screw those people.
I have no idea what you just said. Can you repeat it slowly?
Some people have issues, but fuck them.
Yes,
well,
but why?
Because they're anti-feminist and they hate John McIntosh because he was part of feminist frequency. In fact, they would be misogynistic and say it wasn't Lee Sarkeesian that was doing all that work and must have been the man behind her, John McIntosh.
Who is John McIntosh?
A pop culture detective.
Oh, it's his name. Okay.
Yes.
Bad Empanada. Has anyone
Yes.
said him yet?
He's
Oh,
good.
no one has said it.
Empanada. I love empanadas.
Empanadas are so good.
In this case, we're talking about a YouTube channel, though, not the cookie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
It's not a cookie.
It's like a meat pocket. It's like a taco made a baby with a calzone.
Yes.
So it's a pierogi.
No, it's an empanada. It's in actual bread.
It's an Argentine food.
Yeah.
Educational channels. Yeah, even Bronx Bronger mentioned Bad Empanada as like one of the like good like a leftist like YouTubers that are out there. He also included me, so there's that.
If you wanna look into a channel that gives some really good tutorials on skills that are very relevant to praxis in the real world.
I'm laughing because we traumatized after chat by saying Christy was for Kamala Harris.
Okay.
You'll survive, babe. It's okay. Christy's a liberal. It's not news.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
So if you want to find a channel that does DIY tutorials for skills that are relevant to a lot of real world praxis, you might want to look into Flea Market Socialist.
Oh, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's a good editor too. He does sometimes like just like fun videos as well. But yeah, another educational YouTuber,
Sargon of Akkad is a very
Sargon of Akkad has the best arguments for why not to be a right winger.
Honestly, I'm pretty amazed he's still relevant.
That's a generous
After
term.
his stunt with
UKIP.
that? Yes.
So
He
Again,
killed
that's
the
a
party.
generous
He
term.
did, yeah, he did very well. Comrade Benjamin did very well with killing the part.
Yeah, that's. I mean, anyways.
Cuck Philosophy, I like Cuck Philosophy's videos as well. It's good educational leftist like channel from a philosophical basis. And no, he's the leftist too. So yeah, Red. I'm going to put the channel in like the chat, but like a Lead Platypus also is a good educational channel about like leftist theory as well. So
I have a complaint for John. Why the fuck? It's 10:30 p.m. here, and we haven't had Sasha footage yet.
He has not come in.
What the fuck?
He's been super happy playing with the dog, I guess.
mm-hmm.
Fucking cat. Never there when you need them.
Renegade Cut I do like a lot. I have a few problems with like his videos. Like he failed to mention disabled people in his eugenics video as well. But like other than that, I like
Everyone does. No one gives a fuck about us.
Sadly,
that's how it is. It's on us to do it, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, Jason Unruh's a good comrade.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Oh god. I mean,
he calls anime degenerate, and he was like happy that like Kyoko Studios, who was a fantastic studio that made several great anime that some of which I personally enjoy, and many others
he's a
enjoy.
nice ball. Don't.
Yes, exactly. Hey,
don't be fired up about that. He's a piece of shit.
I'm fired up about anime.
I know.
And he said it was a good thing that that studio was caught on fire and 34 people
David,
died.
go fuck yourself.
Cats are the anarchist animal. Like you got the direct action gets a good cat, and you got the radical Unionization cat.
You're just salty because they don't like you. Have you ever? That's something I have observed, that you have people who will tell you, "I hate cats," and you're like, "But how can you hate cats?" And you realize it's just because cats don't like them.
Cats aren't obedient.
Yeah. That's what I like about cats.
Because they're tankies.
Yeah.
Cats are
Who, the people or
anarcho-syndicalists.
cats?
The people who hate cats are tankies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said cats are twinkies, and I
That
was
wouldn't
being,
make any sense, Julie.
yeah, I was mildly offended for a minute, but
I like
just
this.
mildly, you know.
I think the Surfs is also a good channel too. The good leftist channel.
Can we stop talking about other channels? No, for real, I'm falling asleep of boredom.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about then?
I don't know, something funny. Let's talk about cats.
Cats are great.
Sasha
Yeah.
tried to drag
Fuck
one of my
cats.
shoes out the door so that the dog could get at it.
Like it's allying with the dog against you.
Like, you see, my
Little
shoes,
motherfucker.
they typically lie on the floor over in that general area. But the other
Yeah.
day I
Would you say
woke
it
up
was
and
a-
one of my shoes was over by the cat door. He had literally tried to drag it out the fucking door.
So would you say that was a mutiny?
Oh. That was both amazing and weak as fuck. How?
That's the look I was going for.
That was the scrotum of puns. Just
Something fun.
No, but for real, there's Cornelis sent me pictures for real, because the humans of that cat have bunnies too, and he went to get a friend for Donald, so a second bunny, sorry. And yeah, he met that cat. She's a gorgeous tortie, and she's able to jump on the tables and all that at 32.
See, I can't do that as a human at 32.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, biologically, we are way, way, way inferior to cats.
Yeah, and spiritually.
Yeah, that's a given. But I mean, they're small, but I mean, they don't have to make efforts to have muscle.
Are we talking about genetic supremacy in here?
Yes.
cats are genetically superior to humans. I'm okay with that.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I
guess
am a
that's
feline
just-
supremacist. I'm just.
I
putting
guess
that
that's
out
just the stance of this show.
there.
Yeah, dogs
I-
work with cops. They're
I
traitors.
stand- I stand
We
for-
are cat people, Jamie. Deal with it.
I stand in favour of a cat nose day.
Well, John and I are, anyways. A geek is on the fence.
Dogs are.
I just don't have a cat yet. That's all.
Then
I'm a
get the
panda
fuck
person.
out.
Just look at my.
Leave.
Just... I'm a panda
Whereas dogs
person,
work
just
with
look at
Yeah,
cops
my-
and are
but you
therefore
don't
class
have
traitors.
a panda. Stop lying.
That's a red panda.
Yeah, I'm a panda person.
In this case,
Does that
literally.
mean you're half panda?
I'm
half
literally a
person?
panda person. Yeah, that's. the
She's a
joke.
furry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so I actually know a furry.
I
No.
knew.
I assumed you all knew this.
I already knew, but I also
I
know.
thought the only furry I knew, quote unquote, was shit, what's his name? The
H-
pro gamer, non-binary pro gamer.
Oh, Sonic
Oh,
Fox.
Sonic
Yes,
Fox.
thank you.
Yeah.
They're amazing, and
Yes.
I thought they were the only furry I knew, but no, I know Jamie too.
You know me.
Yeah, I will never understand it, but you do you, babe.
Mm.
I don't care.
I
If
just
you're
have
happy-
a burning need to
If you're happy,
to purchase rugs that I can wear and put strategically placed holes in. That's all.
like I said, I will never understand it. But I don't need to. Actually, it's okay. If you're happy. And like I said, I'm not better than anyone else. I really, really, really wish more people had my stance, because it's not a difficult stance.
For clarity, I don't actually own a fursuit. I'm
But
too
you want
poor.
one.
Again, I really don't care for real. I'm not saying that in the sense that I don't give a shit about you, but
Bastard,
I don't
I
care.
was the furry who brought you here.
I just I just don't care either way. That's in the same way I don't care if people are cis or trans.
So what you're saying is you're fur blind.
Yeah,
I don't see fur.
I don't see fur.
All fur matters, okay?
The amount of casual furrism in here is unacceptable.
No, but for real, imagine how good the world would be if more people just didn't give a shit about other people's identities, be it gender, ethnicity, furryism, stuff. I mean,
I
I would
literally
never-
just draw cute characters of cute pictures of my characters cuddling up with my partners as characters. So I always found it real weird that people freak out about it.
Well, it's because you bring up
Yeah,
stuff
but-
like the pony jar.
Okay, that's valid.
Kevin,
Kevin,
No.
don't Google it.
no.
Well, I'm gonna have to now. I'm scared. But I'll certainly.
Do it. Okay, if you're going to do it now, because John did it like a couple of weeks ago. His reaction was live on air. Quite interesting. I'm curious about your reaction.
Okay, what was it? Pony jar.
Pony
jar.
jar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Image search it too.
Oh, God. Is this going to get me put on some sort of fucking government watch list?
Just use
No,
Probably
Just
no,
use
not.
no. He
Too.
says just gross.
It's I have outed myself as a former channer apparently.
Zion has compiled his disgusting mission to the Pony Cum Jar Project.
Oh
Yes,
God.
that's it.
That is it, yeah. You should find the pictures of when it was placed on a furnace and coagulated.
I didn't know about that part.
Oh.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it turned that color.
Well, you don't usually store it for years,
No.
do you?
No, that is.
Yeah, no,
No,
no, for real, it's gross. I really
That
did.
is gross.
See, John, when you decide to Google gross stuff, I don't want to know, for fuck's sake. I don't Google it. Don't
I didn't
tell
know
me.
it was gross when I was going in.
Yeah,
I-
but when you said what it was, you knew.
I genuinely believed this was common knowledge. I'm just poisoned by being on Chan boards before.
Okay, Jamie, anything that's not vanilla, let's say,
Yes.
please consider that it's not common knowledge to me.
I was surprised that it wasn't common knowledge about tentacle porn. It's common knowledge amongst people on the internet, but some people on the internet didn't know that until I explained it to them.
Yeah, on Christie's hangout. That was fun.
That was fun. Hearing Christopher
Because those people are even more vanilla than I am.
Yes, and I even explained.
Did I ever share with any of you the time that I introduced Jonathan to my girlfriend, and he decided to bring up tentacle porn?
I did do that.
Like over dinner.
Yes,
Well, at least they didn't show her pictures of the pony jar. I mean, that would not have worked as well.
Jonathan, I love you.
But did anyone have the squid that night?
No, I had the French dip.
Oh God!
You did. What? Why did you?
I love it. I love like roast beef sandwich and like anjou.
What? Why did you bring up tentacle porn during dinner? Not why did you get the dip?
Anime.
Yes.
I think we were talking about the politicality of anime.
Yes, I think we were.
Okay, I kind of get it.
My girlfriend is Japanese.
Oh God.
So she was talking about Japanese media. I think that's how we got into it.
Yeah, I also remember hearing that like Tristan Johnson messaged that he read an article like 10 years ago about how the anime industry is like not helping like the Japanese parliament by passing actual laws to actually do something about the child porn problem in Japan. The anime industry has blocked that before because it would hurt their business. They know their audience, sadly.
Yeah.
And that's how we got to tentacle porn, because of like the porn problem in Japan.
Okay. Did your girlfriends get offended, Jamie?
Oh no, she enthusiastically engaged in this conversation.
Oh,
I felt
okay.
very,
Why are
very
you
left
complaining
out.
then?
Because she felt left out.
Yes.
Well, look, if
It
you
was just
decided
a
to put
funny
yourself
thing
on
to
the
bring up.
outside of a tentacle porn conversation, that's on you. Okay?
I mean, tentacle porn is kind of campy.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
it though? Is
uh,
it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have seen the Blue Girl. That
I
one-
haven't seen well, I've seen mostly drone media, the drone art. So
Oh, manga.
not being pictures.
Mhm.
No, not
Hentai?
manga. Artists of all styles and
deviant art, so basically fan art.
yeah,
Rule 34.
Mm-hmm.
and
So more of your non-consensual art.
for goodness sake,
Oh my God.
you're never going to let
Never.
me forget that, are you?
Never.
Someone
ever.
explain to Kevin, because
I don't know.
I'm not going to.
What are we
After
explaining,
the last
Kevin?
thing you made me look up, I don't want to know anymore.
No, in this case, it's because she's French and used the word like the French do. Non-consensual meaning not based on consensus.
Oh, that's right. That conversation we had when you were complaining that anime isn't real art because it isn't neoclassicalism.
Yeah, when I was taking the shit out of you.
Yes, because Jamie and I both love anime, and yes, it's art is not everyone's taste.
But that's not the point. It's still art that I don't like, but it's art. But yeah, and I
Right.
said that art shouldn't be consensual. Because I was thinking about, I thought it was the
Well, you
same
can-
word as in French.
Well, you can't. You can use the word. You can use non-consensual to mean not in a consensus in English. It's just rarely used in that way.
Yeah, and generally
Yeah.
speaking, when you're talking about anime, that isn't what people are going to assume you mean.
Yes.
I'm too pure for that shit, I think. Because I didn't even think about that in that way.
Well, also, just getting back to the point you made about the anime industry blocking the anti-child porn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yay capitalism. They're making
Exactly.
money out of child exploitation, so they don't care.
That's
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what like started like that craze for tentacle porn, because like again, I'm going to the politics of tentacle porn. The original tentacle porn, a couple of stories I've heard is like it's just like a convenient loophole because they're still on the books. There's still actual censorship in Japan that the male and female genitalia cannot be depicted at all in any media, even if it's bought by adults of legal age to consent. And in porn, even in porn games, I still have them actually. Even the words for dick or pussy is like bleeped out. It's weird.
Sky Pie, I don't know you, but
I know them from Twitter.
Yeah.
okay.
I know Skype.
If you use social capital again, I'm going to find you and I'm going to kill you.
That's a
Sky
word.
is a friend.
I know, but I'm quoting a movie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Okay.
who you are, but I have a very special skill set.
Yes.
I actually like that movie. So
I
that's
assure
how.
you, Sky is not scanning for Peter in this.
No,
Oh
I,
yeah.
I was joking, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry. We're sorry. But that's
You
why
realize that person is probably American and I'm a fucking cripple from France?
And you're going to hunt them down and stab them, just like you will your landlord.
Yeah.
Exactly. You'd never expect a disabled person to be the mass murderer, which is exactly why we should be suspicious.
Especially the one who has trouble walking.
It's a
Exactly,
great
the
color.
last person you'd expect, which gives them the perfect cover. We should watch them all.
You should watch the face of the people I hit with my cane in the subway.
Wait, what?
It happened twice. Sometimes people are ableist fuck and they don't pay attention that there's a cripple behind them and they walk all over me.
Mm-hmm.
So I beat them in the calves with my cane. I don't beat them half to death. I hit them in the calves with my cane. But they don't expect it, and still their expression is worth 10,000 trip in the subway
Mm-hmm.
standing. What the fuck is he saying again?
I don't know if you can get away with that, David. With how PC this world is now, you can't say a joke about this anymore.
Oh my god. Okay, it makes me. It reminds me about the thing about The Sims. There's, when you create your character in The Sims, you can assign them traits.
Mhm.
And there was a trait at the beginning that was called insane. And a lot of people rightfully gave shit to the dev team about that.
Mhm.
Because like the insane Sims talk to themselves and insult people randomly and have random emotions and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, well, yeah, The Sims is supposed to be fun and all that, not the mental health stigma and all that. Anyways,
Yeah.
they changed the name of the trait now. It's called erratic. The trait in itself is fun to play, but the problem was the name.
Mhm.
Oh my god, the number of people whining about PC and snowflakes but they are whining about a name change in a game. It doesn't change any gameplay. They just changed the name.
Oh, these people will complain. These
Who
two
cares? Who the fuck
Tifa's
cares?
tits aren't big enough.
It
Makes it harder for me to masturbate.
Well,
I miss the days
Sims-
of Call of Duty back before they put politics in my video games.
I don't want my politics in my war game.
That being said, in The Sims, you can choose the size of your boobs, so that's
Oh,
not
okay.
an issue.
I think that's also a feature in like that was a feature in the first day of the live game. No, like you can only adjust in the settings
It's
the
a
bounciness.
feature.
Of the...
It's a feature in a lot of MMOs.
That's true. Yeah. That's true for like City of Heroes and like any character customization game as well. Yeah.
Not Guild
It's
Wars 2.
a
You can't.
in the Saints Row franchise. When you customize your character, you can choose rest size as well.
I like it and I don't like it.
I think they call it something like appeal.
I like it because I like being
Sex
able.
appeal. I think that's it.
Oh, okay, right.
I like being able to customize my characters like I want, but I don't like it because there's always dudes who are going to make the most ridiculous looking boobs.
Yes.
She has
I don't
gigantic
know,
tits and
that's-
really long purple hair, and she's a princess, and she can do ninja.
Yeah, that's cis man's fantasies
I've seen that anime
about
actually.
big boobs is one of the rare thing I actually find offensive. You know,
I usually find it really frustrating because I don't want to play a character. If I'm playing a girl in a video game, I want her to have small tits. Because I don't know, I just don't like the idea of putting myself in the position of a person with big tits because dysphoria. But
I don't know if it. Are you sure it's dysphoria?
I'm sure.
Okay, because I think that's an issue cis women have too.
Well, other non-binary people also have like their dysphoria with like their boobs as well. So.
Not being.
I don't know if I want to get into a deep dive about like
Yeah.
personal analysis of my own dysphoria on air.
Boobs is
but-
complicated. Let's leave it at that.
There should be free movement of boobs for all those people who like don't like their boobs and like get top surgery as well. They should be able to give those boobs away to like the people who want those boobs who feel do not have dysphoria as
Oh
well.
fuck yes.
Yeah,
Are you
using the
doing-
blockchain.
Yes.
Are you doing tit communism now?
Yes. Boob communism.
Boob communism. Boob communism as cryptocurrency.
Why
Bitcoin
is
boob
science not able to make us exchange boobs by simple contact?
Exactly. You can do heart surgery now, can't you? You can have a heart transplant. Why not have a tit transplant? Jesus.
Yeah, totally. I was going to say that one of the things that frustrates me is that in all of those games where you can choose breast size, none of the lowest end is actually small.
That's because it's not intended for you to play. It's intended for
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently.
It is in certain games, but I know in The Sims it is. You can have very small boobs characters in Skyrim too. I don't know. I don't remember if it's the case in the other Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
It makes me mad that I can play a lizard with tits.
Yeah, tell me
But
about
not-
it. In Guild Wars 2, there's a race of plants. They have tits.
I love the what are they called again? The Sylvari.
Yes.
It's such a gorgeous concept, but I do find that weird too.
Yeah, the tits, honestly.
They should all be bi gender. Because
I don't know about that, but they should not have tits.
but that's how plants are.
They're fucking plants. They don't lactate.
You don't know that. They
Yes,
could
I know
lactate
that.
if they wanted to.
Plants don't lactate.
I don't want them to.
Yeah,
Plants-
no, that sounds very gross.
Unfortunately, though, plants with boobs it's a video game tradition because it was also in Conker's Bad Fur Day, the N64 game.
That
Okay.
depends on the video game.
Counterpoint, because I know you've played this game. Breath of Fire 2, Spar.
You're right. That Spar does not have tits.
And Spar is arguably gender fluid.
Yes, exactly. And Spar is able to transform their body as well. Yeah, you just got
Jamie, for my sake, like you know them, are they joking?
Sky Pie.
Because
Oh.
people who say stuff are counter-revolutionary, it's a big red flag for me. That's
they're probably
stunky
joking.
vocabulary.
They're probably joking.
Yeah, I would take the bet that they're probably joking.
I can't fucking say anymore. internet has broken me.
Mhm.
I spent
I'm fairly
years.
certain Sky plays video games, so
I spent years learning to understand neurotypical people, and now I can't tell anymore. I'm back at square one when I didn't know if people were joking or not. Thank God you joke. Thank you.
Kevin,
Can I just
Yes.
cut in because I'm gonna go and eat now and then sleep.
Yeah, it's been 3 hours, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
fading
think
too.
we should all stop now.
we got to talk about like random shit like video games and the politics of tentacle porn and other like
That's the whole show usually. So
true.
Well, thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure. Anytime.
yeah, I hope you weren't too bored. You didn't talk
No, not
as
at
much as you usually do.
No, because it's on topics that I can't really add anything to. Then shut up, basically. You know. Okay. Yeah.
That
thanks,
was
and,
fun. I like having. Yeah, I think that segment is a success.
Indeed.
Okay. See everyone later.
See
Have a
you.
good one.
Have a good meal and a good night.
Bye, Kevin.
Fuck off,
And
Kev.
please give a hug to Rory Katz for me and Nebby and the gorgeous
And
Dottie.
Chopsy. Don't forget
And
Chopsy.
Chopsy.
My beautiful Chopsy cats.
Who is Chopsy?
He's
The
another
new cat he
He's a
adopted.
cat that moved into my house, and I was just like, okay.
Oh,
here
I
now.
didn't remember that one.
No.
I want pictures. Send me pictures.
There are pictures around somewhere. Oh well. Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Pip pip.
Pip, pip.
Pip, pip.
So that was Kevin Logan. Go and sub to the Kevin Logan channel. We recommend him. Check out the
Yeah, our 13 watchers are going to make a difference.
We had 18 watchers at one point. That was
Yeah,
like
5 of them
pretty
were
sure-
Kevin's.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure half of them at least were Kevin's audience. I'm happy though because none of his shitty followers came.
true. Yeah. That was like a concern.
I was a little concerned actually about that, but
I was a little worried that we would be dealing with people who hate follow him.
Oh.
Yeah, because I know there are a lot of them.
The start will. Okay, it reconnected. We are back. So let's go ahead and get out of here real quick before it craps out on us completely.
Okay.
Yes. Bye bye, babes. Fuck off. Have a good day, night, evening, whatever that time it is for you.
Sub to like Phoenix Rising's channel. Become a patron of Phoenix Rising if you can. Donate to our friends and comrades down in the charity links down below. Follow us on Twitter and all that other stuff. Sub to our channels that have channels. Blah 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 blah. Ending stuff. Check out the links.
Yeah.
Really phoning that one in.
Why don't we do that every time? I don't know. That was perfect, Jonathan.
All right, and thank you to our Patreons, Eli, Holden, and Solarpunk Anarchist Squirrel.
They were here earlier tonight. I don't know
Yes.
if they're still here, but
Like 2.5, 3 hours ago. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Don't forget to take your meds, everyone.
Yes, take him up.
David just called me a troll. Are we still on?
Yes, you can still insult David.
I'm a lumpen, you motherfucker.
Goodbye, comrades and potential comrades.
Bye bye.
All right. Fuck off, everybody. And